This Friday morning, it is the Ides of March. The Ides of March, a day in the Roman calendar that corresponds to the 15th of March. It was marked by several religious observances and became notorious as the date of the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. The death of Caesar made the Ides of March a turning point in Roman history. But that's not the only infamous occurrence for this date. The folks at Smithsonian.com have a list of, as well as other things that have happened on March 15th. I can't go over any of them, but March 15th is the Ides of March. It's also Dumbstruck Day. If you're dumbstruck, you are so shocked you're unable to speak. You can use Dumbstruck Day to be dumbstruck over all the shocking things you see, hear, read, and smell today. National Dumbstruck Day. It's also the Ides of March. Beware the Ides of March on this 15th day of March 2024. 238 WHIR. That's 238-9447. Bob Allen Motor Mall is playing the national anthem for you. And we honor America every Monday through Friday morning with a playing of our national anthem.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall Hometown Radio Network teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Phone number to call in this morning, 238-WHIR. That's 238-9447 as we celebrate some birthdays on this Friday, March the 15th. It's a Friday, which means here's Johnny. Yeah, birthdays look like this. First of all, on this Friday, Tamara Clark, my sister-in-law, having a birthday. Other birthdays today look like this. Tomorrow, Sarah Wright, David Wade, and Zaylin Lewis on the birthday list. And on Sunday, Craig Gordon, Bo Case, Christian Lambert, Thorne Kelly, and Nick Morgan on the birthday list, as well as James Green and Connie C. 238 WHIR. Get your B-Days on the radio this morning. There you go, 238 WHIR. It's a Friday. It's the 15th day of March, 031524 on your calendar. A day where we're expecting cloudy skies, rain showers all day long today. And we'll kind of get messed up with the rain, and then it'll clear out of here by tomorrow. Give us a sunny Saturday. We got to deal with the rain here first. Tell you what, late night last night, if you stayed up and listened to that Danville Christian Academy game, and I tell you what, folks across the street, DCA, right across the street from us, they have a lot to be proud of. And an absolute heroic effort by them in a game where they were going against a heavily favored team in Cooper High School. And DCA, listening to the game last night, and I was like saying to myself, this team is just not rolling over and giving up. Even when they got down 12 in the third quarter, DCA did not give up and had a chance to win the game in the fourth quarter with 10 seconds left. And it was just something to be proud of when you see the growth that DCA has had over, the last 5-6 years or so. And they did lose last night to Cooper by 2. In the final waning seconds, Cooper was able to inbound the pass and then weaved around the DCA defenders, and DCA couldn't catch the ball handler and couldn't foul her, and that's what ran the clock out. But a great game last night, exciting game to listen to, fun game, and a lot to be proud of again across the street for DCA, who is on a 1-hour delay today. If you have family, friends that go to DCA, they are on a 1-hour delay because of the late game. I mean, it ended around 10:30 last night. So they give DCA a 1-hour delay, the school administration does today. We have at 7:10 Boyle County State Rep Daniel Elliott on the show this morning, and we'll talk with him about what happened there yesterday at the state capitol in Frankfort. That'll be at 7:10. 7:40 County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. 7:40 this morning. It is Tyler who calls in and rounds out our Boyle County week this week. In the 8 o'clock hour, I'm actually going to be taking off this morning in the 8 o'clock hour. My son Jack is getting an award at school, and he asked me earlier this week, he said, Dad, can you ask your boss to come work for you so you can watch me getting the award? And I said, I already did, buddy. We already got it covered. So I'm going to get out of here about 8 o'clock or so, maybe be back in the 9 o'clock hour. I have no idea how long this award ceremony is going to take, but I'm going to go in for that. So Robert is going to stand in for me until I can get back. And as far as I know, Dusty's kid is getting an award too. So Dusty's going to be at the same ceremony I am, and Dusty will not be in here as well. So Robert's going to hold down the fort until I get back, and that could be into the 9 o'clock hour at 9:10. It is a Walker's Trail Friday, and at 9:35 this morning, it's a McClure Bailey Friday as well, as we talk with Brian or Justin at McClure, or Brian or Patrick at McClure and Bailey. That's the rundown of today's show. We'd love to have you on. Our phone number again to call in is 238-WHIR, 238-9447. Tell you what, DCA didn't win last night, but one thing that did happen is something that we have known in this area, really from last season, is how good Grace Bugwa is. And we started, if you were on social media or Twitter last night, or I guess X now, you began to see statewide sport reporters for like the Herald Leader, the Courier Journal, things like that, begin to say, this girl may be one of the best players that I've seen all season long. The same thing that we've said on the show all year that people in this area know, now know it about Grace Bugwa on the state basketball stage after putting up 34 last night in that opening round loss to Cooper. We'll talk about it coming up on Sports at 6:18 on this Friday, March the 15th. Glad to have you aboard this morning. Danville Christian Academy's Herculean effort falls short in the first round of the Sweet 16. The Chargers to trade a Pro Bowl wide receiver, and the Commanders trade their former starting quarterback. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Friday morning sports. Starting off in the Girls Sweet 16 tournament, where DCA, in their first ever Girls Sweet 16, almost pulled off an upset in the first round of the KHSA Sweet 16 tournament. DCA jumped out to a 20-10 lead early on before seeing the heavily favored Cooper go on a 44-22 run over the next quarter and a half. Cooper had a 12-point lead at one point in the third quarter, and then DCA stormed back with a 12-2 run to begin the fourth. Grace Bugwa put on a show for DCA. 34 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 2 steals. In the words of Evan Dennison from Link NKY, who covers Cooper, she nearly willed DCA to a win. But Cooper and the Lady Jaguars senior-laden lineup was just too much, hitting free throws down the stretch and knocking the DCA Lady Warriors out of the Girls Sweet 16 tournament, and a 29-3 record with a 65-63 loss to Cooper High School. In the NFL, the Los Angeles Chargers are going to have a new wide receiving core this season. A day after the Chargers released wide receiver Mike Williams, the team decided to ship star wideout Keenan Allen to the Bears in exchange for a fourth-round pick. ESPN reported that Allen was asked to take a pay cut from the Chargers. After Allen declined that pay cut, they decided to trade the receiver to Chicago. The 31-year-old veteran is entering his final year of his contract. He had a Chargers franchise single-season high 108 receptions last season and has been a star quarterback, Justin Herbert's favorite target ever since Herbert entered the league out of Oregon in the 2020 draft. The Chargers do own the number 5 overall pick in the draft and can now target one of the top wide receivers like Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Nabers. And another big-time trade in the NFL, the Washington Commanders have cleared the way for the team to take a quarterback at number 2 overall. The team is trading former starting quarterback Sam Howell to the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks will receive Howell as well as 4th and 6th round picks, while the Commanders will get 3rd and 5th round picks. Howell stepped in as the Commander starter last season after the 2022 5th round pick made just 1 start as a rookie. The season started out to be a slog, with Howell leading the NFL in interceptions, sacks taken, and pass attempts. Washington lost the final 8 games of a 4-3 campaign, and Coach Ron Rivera was dismissed. Those are the headlines on this Friday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy. Delicious flavors of family tradition. Old-fashioned candy since 61. Light, rich, creamy, made by hand. A southern treat, a Kentucky brand. Mom Blakeman's Candy.com. So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's Candy.
Did you know a typical adult has about 100,000 miles of blood vessels throughout their body? Fortunately, you don't have to go that far to get world-class heart and vascular care. With specialists in diagnosing and treating cardiovascular disease right here in Danville at CHI St. Joseph Health. Whether you're in need of heart attack care or minimally invasive treatments for vascular diseases, you can get the state-of-the-art heart and vascular care you need close to home. To schedule an appointment, call 859-313-2968.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's Candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris, see if they give you a free quote. I know they will. 236-6686. Showers, thunderstorms are likely today. A high of 65, a low tonight 41. Looking at about a quarter of an inch of rain possible. Tomorrow, sunshine, the high of 65. Sunday, 56. Monday, down into the low 40s. As a high. Right now it's 6:24 in the morning. It's 56 degrees right here in Danville. 238 WHIR. That's 238-9447. As we are taking a look at celebrities having birthdays on this Friday, March the 15th. Happy 49th birthday today to actress Eva Longoria. She has acted on the TV shows The Young and the Restless, Dragnet, Desperate Housewives, The Sentinel, Over Her Dead Body, and Telenova. Eva Longoria, 49 years old today.
Gabby, relax. This baby is going to be the best thing that ever happened to us.
I am so sick of everybody looking at the glass half full. The glass is empty, people. And so was our bank account.
Is that what you're worried about? Money? I'll get a job.
What are you gonna do? Take up piano and get a contract with Motown?
Eva Longoria, 49 years old today. That's a clip from Desperate Housewives. Italian-American actor and beefy supermodel and spokesman Fabio is 65 years old today. Yes, he actually does have a last name. It's Lanzoni, as in his real name is Fabio Lanzoni. Here's a clip of Fabio telling TMZ he doesn't feel bad about a bird that hit him in the face back in 1999 while he was promoting a new roller coaster at the Busch Gardens theme park.
Do you ever feel bad for the
No, really. You know, I just send the condolences to the family.
65 years old today for Fabio. Other birthdays on the celebrity side of things. We've got Jimmy Swaggart, who is 89. Swaggart was outed as patronizing a prostitute, and then one of the best televised apologies ever after that. Of course, in 1991, he got busted again. He has stayed out of trouble ever since then. Jimmy Swaggart, televangelist, 89 years old today. Walking Dead director, a special effects genius, Gregory Nicotero, is 61. Nicotero says he became inspired by special effects after watching the film Jaws. One of the big reasons for the success of The Walking Dead was for Gregory Nicotero's work. And then late Supreme Court Justice RBG, she would have been 91 today, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the second female justice. She was appointed by President Bill Clinton and took the oath of office on August the 10th of 1993. Before heading to the Supreme Court, Ginsburg spent her legal career advocating for women's rights before taking the bench. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, born on this date, 1933, would have been 91 years old today. There's the celebrity birthdays for you on this March 15th.
On this day in country music.
Alrighty, folks, it was on this day, country music history, back in the year 1927 in Maynardville, Tennessee, where Mr. Country was born, better known as Carl Smith. Smith was the husband of June Carter, later June Carter Cash, yes, Johnny Cash's wife, and the father of Carlene Carter. It was on this day, country music history, in 1970, The Hag was at number 1 on the country charts with his song, The Fightin' Side of Me, and it was on this day, 1982, Alabama at number 1 on the country album chart with their album Mountain Music. And that's what's gone on this date, March 15th in country music history. Starting off on this day to March 15th, back in the year 1927, where Carl Smith was at number 1. I'm sorry, not at number 1. He was born on this day, 1927.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's up?
Where'd you find that pearly girly? Where'd you get that jolly dolly? How'd you rate
Mr. Country, one of country's most successful male artists during the 1950s with 30 top 10 Billboard hits, including 21 in a row. He died in January of 2010. Carl Smith, on this day, 1927, was born.
Now listen, Joe, I ain't no hero, but oh, buddy, let me tell you how I feel. She's a honey, she's a sugar pie, I'm warning you.
Would have been 97 years old today if he was still with us. It was on this day, 1970, The Hag was at number 1 on the country charts with this one.
I hear people talking bad about the way they have to live here in this country, harping on the wars we fight, griping about the way things ought to be.
The Fightin' Side of Me. Released in 1969 as the first single and title track from the album The Fightin' Side of Me, became one of the most famous of his career. Merle Haggard on this date, 1970.
They're walking on the fighting side of me, running down a way of life. Our fighting men have fought and died to keep.
And it was on this day, country music history, 1982, Alabama at number 1 on the country album charts with this album. An album called Mountain Music, their award-winning third studio album. A crossover success, it ranked well as an album on both country and pop charts and launched singles that were successful in several markets.
Oh, play me some mountain music.
There you go, Alabama.
Grandma and Grandpa used to play.
On this date, 1982.
On down the river.
Merle Haggard and Carl Smith have also made their mark on this date, March 15th, in country music history. 6:30 News coming your way now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A man is going to prison for the murder of another in 2021. A jury found Benjamin Cole guilty of the murder of John Ty Abner. Abner was found beaten to death in a parking garage in Victorian Square, October 2021. A 20-year sentence was recommended by the jury. The Safer Kentucky Act is a step closer to passage. The Senate Judiciary Committee approved the measure in a vote on Thursday. The bill calls for harsher penalties for anyone who sells fentanyl or is convicted of a carjacking. It moves to the full Senate. Progress towards Kentucky's medical marijuana program with new regulations on how people with qualifying conditions actually get their licenses. Sam Flynn is the executive director of Kentucky's medical cannabis program.
Under Kentucky law and these new regulations, Kentuckians can become cardholders on or after January 1, 2025 by obtaining a written certification from an authorized medical practitioner and completing an online application through the program's online portal, which will go live on that date.
It'll cost $25 to apply and to renew medical marijuana licenses. That's one of the lowest fees in the country. Details on kymedcan.ky.gov. A recent semi-crash that sent a truck off a bridge in Louisville has gotten the attention of local fire departments. Georgetown Fire Rescue have been training on rope rescue similar to what was needed in Louisville just to be prepared. Teams worked together on Thursday to sharpen their skills in the event of emergencies. The UK basketball program now starting a new name, image, likeness program called La Familia.
La Familia was formed. They did it to support me, support the kids, support the program. Now I'm giving BBN an opportunity. Why don't you join us? 100% of what you do will go back to the players.
Coach John Calipari says fans who donate to the players will receive exclusive content. The program has a goal of $1 million. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
I went to ride Hatfield Chevrolet, and they had me
driving in my car, going very far, down the street in my car.
If you want to ride, go to RodHatfieldChevy.com. Rod Hatfield Chevrolet, Lexington, Kentucky.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health Community Services, along with the Ephraim McDowell Healthcare Foundation, is working to raise awareness of the dangers of colon cancer and the importance that regular screenings can play in early detection. They'll do that with their free take-home colon cancer screening kits that you can pick up now. They are for anyone over the age of 45 who's not had a screening in the last 12 months. They'll be available for pickup at multiple Ephraim locations in Danville, Harrodsburg, Lancaster, Liberty, Springfield, and Stanford, but supplies are limited. They're available today through April the 11th. Atmos Energy's project to replace pipes in the Danville area begins today. The project will see Atmos replace bare steel pipes with new high-density polyethylene pipes, or HDPE. Atmos will replace over 8,000 feet of bare steel with those new pipes, as well as 141 service lines. Those are the lines that go from the street to the meter. There will be multiple streets that will have projects done on them, including US 127, Sunset Drive, Hillcrest, Park Lawn, Cross Hill, Alton Road, Boyd Street, Vinson Road, and Craig Road. Atmos projects the $820,000 project should conclude sometime in September. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. The subject of having the state regulate vaping products was heard in the State House. Keith West has the details on House Bill 11.
House Bill 11 would bring state law in line with the FDA regulations on vaping products, especially when it comes to selling those products to minors. The bill's sponsor, Representative Rebecca Raymer of House District 15, explains.
So what House Bill 11 will do is impose penalties for retailers selling to those under the age of 21 and penalties for selling those products that the FDA says is unauthorized.
But some lawmakers believe the bill goes too far in restricting the products that adults also enjoy and would affect mom and pop businesses who abide by the law and only sell to adults. Representative Daniel Grossberg of Louisville explains his no vote.
So I ask that we vote no on this and we come back together next year and address the real problems, flavoring and marketing that target our kids.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
The bill did, however, pass the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet, 5 miles south of Liberty.
If you want to make the most of your vacation, there's no better place than the Bluegrass State. Kentucky's 44 state parks offer abundant places to play and diverse accommodations to stay. Take a hike, float your boat, or bike the trails. Pitch a tent under the stars or settle into a lakefront lodge. Tee up for 18 holes. Then enjoy a signature meal. Plan your trip at parks.ky.gov.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in that. Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Hey there, Jack. It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye Street. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, rain showers, thunderstorms likely today. A high today, 65. A low tonight, 41. Sunshine, 65 tomorrow, sunshine, and 56 on Sunday. And then we drop down to 43 as the high on Monday. Right now it's 6:38 in the morning on Friday, March the 15th. Our phone number is 238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the radio. Larry Vaught's got Vaught's Views for us today. What's going on with you today? Danville's own Larry Vaught.
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
I don't ever like to say that the player's been disappointing. I think even Aaron Bradshaw would agree that it's been a disappointing freshman season for him at Kentucky. Remember, he was being projected as a top 10 pick in the 2024 NBA draft before the season even started. He was a McDonald's All-American and was expected to help change the way Coach John Calipari played this season because of his skill set that included being able to make a three-point shot, run the court, and also be a rim protector with his shot-blocking ability. Aaron Bradshaw suffered a foot injury in last spring's McDonald's All-American game and got a late start to this season. Bradshaw still became a starter when he was cleared to play, but he was never the dominant big man Calipari anticipated he would be. Both Ugano Oyenso and Zavonimir Ivisic moved ahead of him on the depth chart, and you began to wonder how such a highly rated player like Bradshaw could not be in the playing rotation.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
Did you know that there are over 3.5 million visitors to Lake Barkley? And did you know that approximately 17 million people visit Land Between the Lakes National Recreation Area every year? What are you waiting for? Make your plans now to visit Western Kentucky's best lakes, the best outdoor recreation area around, the friendliest people, amazing food, and more. We can't wait to see you. Find out more at GoCadiz.com. That's GoCadiz.com.
But Aaron Bradshaw has done one thing this season that not every player can do. No, he's not the team's leading scorer or rebounder. He's not the team's best player. However, Bradshaw never quit supporting and cheering for his teammates. He understood others were playing better than him and deserved to play more. Bradshaw knows not every player would be that way, but he insists that all three UK bigs love each other and want the best for each other. That accountability is rare today and truly does make Bradshaw special in his own way.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
There you go, Larry Vaught. Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays in the Joe Show at this time. SpaceX's Starship rocket made it into space. So Elon Musk's rocket did make it to space, but it was lost during the re-entry. This is not a rocket that had anybody on it, so it's okay that it was lost during re-entry. There's no lives at stake here. But re-entering the atmosphere, it was lost. Check out this ad for the new Find My Rocket to help Elon find his rocket today.
Hello, it is Elon Musk, and it happens time and time again.
Honey, have you seen our rocket?
Well, where was the last place you saw it, honey?
Space?
Well, not anymore. With the Find My Rocket app. Whether it's a normal-sized rocket or an amazingly huge-sized SpaceX rocket, this app will help you find your rocket in a jiffy. Yes.
I lost the rocket again.
Use the Find My Rocket app, honey.
Ah, right.
Hello, your rocket is located in the parking lot at the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yes.
How did it get there? It's supposed to be orbiting Neptune.
Another failed mission, I guess.
So next time you lose your rocket, use the Find My Rocket app. From me, Elon Musk. Download it today. Yes.
There you go. 6:41 in the morning's the time. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good. Little good news action for you on this Friday morning. Here we go. I gotta get the music queued up here. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I am right there with you. These stories right here remind us of a silver line in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go to the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's Mr. Floyd Kramer. All right, good news action for you. Story number one, coming from Austin, Texas, where an Austin, Texas woman who started collecting produce to feed her pig ended up contributing to the community good. Carl Rabin got a micro pig that turned out to be 250 and far from micro. A local grocery store started giving her produce trimmings, and she had so much she gave it to friends too. That snowballed into her food pantry that helps supply people who need it with healthy food. Now, Rabin's Carol's Kindness Food Pantry gets usable food from restaurants, grocery stores, and more businesses as well. Story number two coming from Louisiana, where some Louisiana police officers are being honored for their acts of kindness. Beyond the Badge, BTB celebrated 14 officers at their annual awards ceremony earlier this week. Honorary State Police Sergeant Solly not only helped a family involved in a car crash, but he gave them supplies and comfort in the aftermath. Trooper First Class Smith comforted children affected by crime scenes by raising funds for teddy bears, which he then distributes to those children involved in these horrific incidents. And Greenwood, Louisiana police officer Michael Taylor helped a family and their animals stranded at a truck stop by finding them shelter, buying groceries and a gift card out of his own pocket. These officers and more take their oath to serve and protect a heart. And story number three coming from South Carolina, where Randy Smalls of South Carolina discovered that his teenage daughter was making fun of a classmate over her clothes and makeup as well. So he set out to make things right. Small's wife and victim, Ryan Reese's mother, Rashana, are friends and had no clue what was going on between the girls. To teach a lesson to bother his daughter, Smalls opted to take some money that was earmarked for his daughter and use it to take Ryan on a shopping trip and get her makeup. Smalls' daughter came along and even helped pick out some clothes and accessories for Ryan. The day of shopping and beauty was a game changer. The girls are now friends. Isn't that awesome? The dad of the daughter, the girl who was bullying the other girl, said, you know what? I'm going to take the girl you're bullying shopping, and I'm going to take money that was reserved for you to do it. It might be one of the more awesome stories I've heard in some time. Louisiana police officers have been honored for their acts of kindness, and a woman turns finding produce for her pig to a food pantry. That's what's going on in the world of good. I almost said grub gab. Started talking about food there. Not grub gab, the world of good. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director for your Boyle County Health Department. The health and safety of our residents is of great importance to me. Each year, lives are lost due to lung cancer, many of which are preventable. That is something that I would like to see change. Lung cancer deaths associated with smoking and exposure to radon gas are considered by the Environmental Protection Agency as the foremost contributing factors in causing lung cancer. This is where the Boyle County Health Department can help. We have smoking cessation classes beginning often, and the entire program only lasts 13 weeks. Imagine how much better you can feel in just a few short weeks. Also, our environmental staff has information on radon indoor air mitigation systems that can greatly reduce the risk of radon gas in your home. For more information on either of these programs, contact your Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053. Thank you.
It's a championship roster of incredible new Kias only at Cartown Kia. New 2024 Kia Telluride, just $449 down and $449 a month. Or the 2024 Seltos, just $299 down and $299 a month. Or the 2024 Kia Forte, just $179 down and $179 a month. Shop Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2024 Kia Telluride, $449 per month, $1304 with signing. 2024 Kia Seltos, $299 per month, $980 with signing. 2024 Kia Forte, $179 per month, $1216 with signing. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year plus tax, title, license, document acquisition fees, and approved credit. No security deposit required. All incentives to dealer price and dealer at an option. See dealer for details. Offer expires March 31st, 2024.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
I think I run better on the dirt than I do the concrete. Bristol's been a tough place for me over the years.
Anytime there's a repave, wherever the cars are running is going to be the fast lane, and when you get out of that, it's going to be ice.
I have struggled a lot. Why I can't make as much speed, don't know.
Mark Caro and PRN's Garage Pass.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, C-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Find out more at cmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with C-Max.
After 3 years of running on the dirt in the spring at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Cup Series is back on concrete for Sunday's Food City 500. And Martin Truex Jr. was asked if he's happy about that.
I mean, to be honest, not really. I think I run better on the dirt than I do the concrete. Bristol's been a tough place for me over the years. I've had some really great runs there, no luck at all, a lot of flat tires, a lot of loose wheels. Literally every time I think I've run inside the top 5, that's happened. There was one time we had a shot at winning, and I sped on pit road on the last pit stop. So it's just been run good, don't finish good, run bad, finish bad. It's just been a crazy place. So I don't know. The dirt was fun, but we'll see what it brings this time. We're optimistic, and we'll work hard at it, and hopefully we can figure something out this time.
His Toyota teammate, John Hunter Nemechek.
I'm excited. I am excited. I love the dirt race there, and I've enjoyed the dirt racing side of it. I like being able to slide around and really just have fun with it, but there's nothing like concrete Bristol, that's for sure.
Getting ready for the NASCAR All-Star race, Goodyear held a tire test on the newly repaved North Wilkesboro Speedway with drivers Ty Gibbs, William Byron, and Joey Logano.
When you go from probably the most extreme wore-out surface to brand new is probably the most different you're going to ever see with a repave. Obviously, anytime there's a repave, wherever the cars are running is going to be the fast lane, and when you get out of that, it's going to be ice. Until you get cars running too wide out there and you get the races going here, I expect it to widen out a little bit and help that part of it.
Meanwhile, 2311 Racing will put a third Camry TRD in next week's road race on the Circuit of the Americas for Japanese driver Kamui Kobayashi, who made his Cup debut last year on the Indy Road Course.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
PRN will have live practice and qualifying coverage for the Food City 500 on Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern. That's when Ross Chastain hopes to get things turned around in Thunder Valley because he admits whether dirt or concrete, Bristol has not been kind.
I have struggled a lot. Had one truck and one Xfinity car that I thought I could win in all my starts. And Bristol was my second ever race in the sport, 2011. And I crashed in practice. I was the slowest in qualifying in a backup, and I ran into everything during the race. It was terrible. Why I can't make as much speed? Don't know.
Mark Garrow and TRN's Garage Pass, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Bundle home and auto and save. Visit progressive.com.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Farmers National Bank invites you to flash your school spirit by offering you debit cards created especially for your school, including Boyle County High School, Bergen Independent School, Center College, Danville High School, Danville Christian Academy, Garrett County High School, Kentucky School for the Deaf, Lincoln County High School, and Mercer County High School. Flash your school spirit with Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Certain restrictions may apply. See your Farmers National Bank representative for complete details. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Well, thank you there, Jack. It's brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Delahaye Street. Call ahead for an appointment. 236-2299. Danville Auto Body Shop. Showers, thunderstorms today. A high of 65. A low tonight, 41. Sunshine tomorrow, 65. Mostly sunny Sunday, 56 is the high. Right now, 6:55 in the morning, 56 degrees in Danville. High school basketball season officially ended yesterday for this area with Danville Christian Academy falling to Cooper High School, 65-63. I tell you what, that was a game that was exciting to listen to, and proud of DCA's effort. You got to be if you were listening to that game with their best player, Grace Bugwa, who picked up 4 fouls in the first half. And it's easy to say, well, why was she playing? But they also didn't really have a chance if she wasn't in the game. So it's either put her in and hope she doesn't pick up the foul or put her on the bench. And either way, Cooper's going to go on a run. So she had to be in the game. And Cooper went on that run, 44-22 run in the second and third quarters to take a 12-point lead over DCA after the Lady Warriors jumped out to a 20-10 lead early in the first quarter. But DCA did not roll over. I was listening to the game, and they just kept on and kept on and kept on. Ended up going on a 12-2 run to begin the fourth quarter. Cooper didn't score for about 6 minutes of that final frame. But was able to hold on after making free throws late to beat DCA by a score of 65-63. Cooper was the number 1 ranked team in terms of RPI in the state of Kentucky, and I know the RPI gets people in a tizzy, but the fact of the matter is strength of schedule. They played Sacred Heart twice. The Sacred Heart is the odds-on favorite to win the Sweet 16 for, the third consecutive year. Lost to Sacred Heart twice. Cooper did. They played a tough schedule, and DCA nearly knocked off. I like what Larry Vaught said. Kind of the biblical overtones to it, David versus Goliath. It almost felt like a David versus Goliath upset last night in that final game of the KHSA Girls Sweet 16 tournament. Right now, 6:56, 100% hilarious. So bad, they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's everyone's 6th favorite segment of the show, the Dad Joke of the Day.
Dad Joke of the Day.
All right, here we go. What do you call a group of killer whales that play instruments? What do you call a group of killer whales that all play instruments? Well, they're called an orchestra. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I did not write that joke myself. Thank you for that. I'll take someone else's credit. The Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays at this time, right around 6:50-ish or so on The Joe Show, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Well, if you're like me and you like to eat at food trucks, they're prowling out there, but you have to find a food truck. Now there's an app for it. It's called Roaming Hunger. It's a food truck finder. Roaming Hunger. Okay? Tells you where there's a food truck located, what kind of food they're serving, what kind of review it's getting, when the truck is moving, and everything else. Roaming Hunger. It's free, and it will find a food truck. Sometimes you're in the mood for ice cream. There's the ice cream truck. My food finder found the ice cream truck. There you go. Roaming Hunger. It's getting great reviews right here in this molten magma every day. Rick Dees and the Planet of the Apps.
You better believe it. The Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays on The Joe Show at this time. Hey, tonight, I should say, more specified, tonight, 5 o'clock until 7. St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church having their fish fry this Friday tonight from 5 to 7, 117 West Main Street. We all know where St. Peter and Paul is. It's in the basement there of the church. $10 for adults, $5 for children. Get your choice of fried or baked fish. You get slaw, hush puppies, green beans, and a drink. There's also cheese pizza available for the kids. It is 5 and under, eating free at St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church tonight. You are more than welcome to join them tonight for the fish fry at St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church. We're a minute away from top hour news here on The Joe Show. 56 degrees on what's been a rainy and lightning-y early morning.
It's a championship roster of incredible new Kias only at Cartown Kia. New 2024 Kia Telluride, just $449 down and $449 a month. Or the 2024 Seltos, just $299 down and $299 a month. Or the 2024 Kia Forte, just $179 down and $179 a month. Shop Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2024 Kia Telluride, $449 per month, $1304 with signing. 2024 Kia Seltos, $299 per month, $980 with signing. 2024 Kia Forte, $179 per month, $1216 with signing. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year plus tax, title, license, document acquisition fees, and approved credit. No security deposit required. All incentives to dealer price may not include dealer at an option. See dealer for details. Offer expires March 31st, 2024.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. A stunning declaration of no confidence from the floor of the U.S. Senate Thursday from the top-ranking Democrat in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, for the Netanyahu government in Israel. Andrew Whitman with more.
Prime Minister Netanyahu has lost his way by allowing his political survival to take the precedence over the best interests of Israel.
Schumer, who's the Senate Majority Leader and the highest placed elected Jewish official in the U.S. government, called for new elections in Israel, saying Israel's military response in Gaza to the October 7th Hamas attacks risks turning the Jewish state into a pariah state. The White House has not called for regime change in Israel, though they are pushing for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Republicans are lashing out at Schumer over his comments. More from Mark Mayfield.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said the comments were highly inappropriate and just plain wrong. Johnson emphasized that Israel is in an existential battle for its very survival. Schumer's scathing criticism of Netanyahu comes as the civilian death toll continues to rise in Gaza.
Severe weather took a toll on a number of states Thursday, with reports of tornadoes in Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. In Indiana, there were earlier reports of at least 3 deaths, but officials are now saying that may not be the case. More from meteorologist Angie Lassman.
Lakeview, Ohio, another one of the hard-hit areas. About 7:27 is when those warnings were issued. They had about 20 to 25 minutes until those twisters actually worked through. Unfortunately, we are getting plenty of reports from damage from those locations. The good news this morning is that all of the watches and warnings have since expired.
The Michigan father charged in connection with a deadly school shooting carried out by his teenage son has been found guilty. James Crumley was found guilty on 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the deaths of 4 students at Oxford High School in 2021. The shooter's mother has already been found guilty of the same charges. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LIN.
Republicans are descending on Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach for the annual Lincoln Day Gala. University of Florida's Dr. Gil Carter claims the venue is a bold statement, given that it's the site of alleged crimes listed in several indictments against the former president.
It's also a symbol of Donald Trump's takeover of the Republican Party. There's a reason it's happening at his place and not many of the other clubs in South Florida.
Senator Rick Scott and members of Congress are among the keynote speakers of the GOP fundraiser, just days ahead of Tuesday's Republican presidential preference primary. Trump and President Biden are set for a rematch of 2020, marking the first presidential rematch since 1956. More and more people are moving out of California than into the state. More from Lucinda Kay.
It's no surprise economists say you can blame the high cost of living, especially rent. New data is out from the Census Bureau. It shows among the top 10 counties in the U.S. with the highest level of net out migration, 4 are in California. LA, Orange, San Diego, and Santa Clara. The San Diego Union Tribune assessed the graphs. They show nearly 31,000 people left San Diego County in 2023. That's double the number from 2022. In LA, more than 56,000 people moved out.
Get ready for a burst of Bon Jovi. Steve Greenfield with more.
Legendary. A new Bon Jovi album is due out in a few months. Forever is the band's first studio collection in 4 years and their 16th overall. John Bon Jovi telling Ultimate Classic Rock he had to work through a lot of dark misery to complete the album, referring in part to his vocal cord surgery in 2022. The first single, Legendary, which we just heard, is out, and the album is scheduled for a June 7th release, plus a Hulu docuseries on Bon Jovi premieres in April.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time.
Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Hi, this is Fred with Stewart Powell Ford here in Danville. And since 1949, Stewart Powell has made it easy for Central Kentuckians to purchase new and pre-owned vehicles by providing quality products and services at a fair price, all while treating our customers like family. What you may not know is that we also purchase vehicles directly from individuals. We pay market value for pre-owned vehicles, and there is never an obligation to purchase another one from us. So stop by and see us here at 225 South Danville Bypass, and we'll make it easy for you to sell it at a fair price while being treated like family.
Well, good morning to you. It's Friday. It's the 15th day of March. Show 31524 on your calendar. A day where we get rain showers and thunderstorms and a high of 65. Right now it's 56 degrees. It is broken clouds in the sky and dealing with the wet grass, wet ground. We had some nasty-looking lightning this morning. It actually woke me up. And we have kind of moved past that, but dealing with the rain showers. And that'll be in the area all day long, giving us a wet Friday. Forecast is coming your way. News is first, brought to you by Stewart Powell Ford Mazda. Just heard from Fred, so let's get the news.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Ephraim McDowell Health Community Services, along with the Ephraim McDowell Healthcare Foundation, is working to raise awareness of the dangers of colon cancer and the importance that regular screenings can play in early detection. They'll do that with their free take-home colon cancer screening kits that you can pick up now. They are for anyone over the age of 45 who's not had a screening in the last 12 months. They'll be available for pickup at multiple Ephraim locations in Danville, Harrodsburg, Lancaster, Liberty, Springfield, and Stanford, but supplies are limited. They're available today through April the 11th. Atmos Energy's project to replace pipes in the Danville area begins today. The project will see Atmos replace bare steel pipes with new high-density polyethylene pipes, or HDPE. Atmos will replace over 8,000 feet of bare steel with those new pipes, as well as 141 service lines. Those are the lines that go from the street to the meter. There will be multiple streets that will have projects done on them, including US 127, Sunset Drive, Hillcrest, Park Lawn, Cross Hill, Alton Road, Boyd Street, Vinson Road, and Craig Road. Atmos projects the $820,000 project should conclude sometime in September. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it.
The subject of having the state regulate vaping products was heard in the State House. Keith West has the details on House Bill 11.
House Bill 11 would bring state law in line with the FDA regulations on vaping products, especially when it comes to selling those products to minors. The bill's sponsor, Representative Rebecca Raymer of House District 15, explains.
So what House Bill 11 will do is impose penalties for retailers selling to those under the age of 21 and penalties for selling those products that the FDA says is unauthorized.
But some lawmakers believe the bill goes too far in restricting the products that adults also enjoy and would affect mom and pop businesses who abide by the law and only sell to adults. Representative Daniel Grossberg of Louisville explains his no vote.
So I ask that we vote no on this and we come back together next year and address the real problems, flavoring and marketing that target our kids.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
The bill did, however, pass the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Need a sign, a banner, or decal and need one fast? See the new owners and operators at the Little Sign Shop. They also have full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and they have logo design. If you don't have a logo and need one, they can do it for you. It's the Little Sign Shop in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Street meet. Rainy and thunderstormy today. High of 65, low of 41. Tomorrow, sunshine, 65. Sunday, sunny and 56. It's 7:12 in the morning right now. It's 56 degrees. Daniel Elliott joins the show. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
Good morning, Joe Mathis. I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing good, Daniel. Stayed up late and followed that DCA versus Cooper game in the girls' Sweet 16 last night. DCA almost did essentially what would have been the unthinkable in beating Cooper in the first round of the girls' Sweet 16 tournament. Lost 65-63, a heartbreaking loss in terms of the way that it ended, but nothing to hang their heads about across the street at DCA. What a phenomenal year they had, and an up-and-coming startup basketball team that's going to be there for a long, long time in that Sweet 16.
Yeah, that's, I know, disappointing for them to lose, but as you say, a great season. Anytime you make the Sweet 16, that's a great season.
Yeah,
for sure. And the boys team did really well also.
Yeah, made the region semifinals. Yeah, so a lot of great stuff going on across the street, a school with a lot of great people involved in it as well. And I remember, Daniel, I went to DCA in 6th and 7th grade when it was at Gethsemane Baptist Church, when we had it was like 12 kids or 20 kids maybe in the entire school. So to see the way they've grown from where they were when I was there. Yeah.
That time. I was talking to their principal back earlier in the year, Mr. Holderman, and he was sure proud of their athletic program, and I was complimenting it. So congratulations to them on the girls on a great year.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, Daniel, you all dealt with some things yesterday there on the House floor. Tell us what you all accomplished.
Yeah, we had about 10 bills, Joe. Probably the one that brought the most debate and the most division, I guess you could say, where there was difference of opinion was it just a resolution, a concurrent resolution that would create a task force to study the Jefferson County schools, which was brought by a representative from Jefferson County, and there was quite a bit of debate on it. There was opposition from the Democrats because I think they see this as a way to divide the school, separate the school, break up the school district, however you want to describe that. And I don't necessarily think that at this point, I would assume that that's what the task force would ultimately decide and would recommend to the General Assembly. But that was the assumption that it seemed like it was being made by those who were opposed to the resolution. And so you get a lot of bills there that are related to Louisville and Jefferson County, and they have absolutely nothing to do with our district, but they're still filed, and sometimes you have to vote on them.
So that happened there yesterday on the House floor. That was you said the biggest bill that you all debated yesterday.
It seemed like it was, just over the time period that I was sitting there. Most everything else that we took up was bipartisan, in nature, and had very little to no opposition.
Hey, do you all get to eat when you're in there? Like, what if you get hungry? You get like a golfer? Maybe you have trail mix or something, or
they have it off the side in the speaker's office. They have various snacks. I try not to eat out on the House floor because I just don't think that looks good.
there you go on camera chewing some Cheez-Its.
Right. So we have nuts and chips, and sometimes they bring in Oreos. So there's some good snacks, but I try to I have like water or tea or something.
Just imagining, Daniel, you getting up and talking to the microphone on the House floor. You got like Cheetos dust all over your tie. Your tie's undone, right? Your hair's disheveled. You've been eating granola bars at your desk.
Yeah. That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Hey, you all are going to appear to potentially hear a bill. It is Senate Bill 6. It is a heavily modified version of Senate Bill 6, according to WKYT. This would allow the state to withhold funding from DEI offices among, I guess, the public universities. That is diversity, equity, and inclusion offices. It passed through a committee yesterday. Representative Jennifer Decker, who is from Waddy, Kentucky, says that this bill would seek accountability from institutions. I believe there was a UK student who spoke who said $10.5 million is the salary of the DEI offices at UK. Only $382,000 of that goes towards scholarships. So you got what, like $9 million of the $10.5 million that's not going to any scholarships whatsoever. And this would, again, withhold the funding from those offices. Is that just like completely take the funding away, or is it more like accountability where you have to use a certain number towards scholarships? What is this bill exactly, Daniel?
Yeah, I have been watching to some extent. I know I had watched the Senate Bill number 6 that was, had worked its way through the Senate and came down, and apparently a decision was made by the House leadership to put her bill into Senate Bill 6. So I guess just one DEI-related bill would be taken up by the General Assembly. My understanding from her has always been that this is a bill to make sure that tax dollars are spent appropriately. And I think one of her criticisms, as you laid out here, has been that there's a lot of money being spent by the state at state being used by state universities. You pointed out that at UK, at least, the number that's going into their DEI budget, and a lot of that is going to salaries and not necessarily to DEI or diversity scholarships, and so is it really helping those who are in minority groups get a college education? So I think that's really the point she's coming from. Senate Bill 6, I think, was more related to involvement in what was being taught in some of these, universities in DEI subject matter. So I think her goal has always been to try to rein in some of the spending, because it's a pretty big number, as I understand it, when you look at every public university in the state in terms of the money that's being spent in these offices on salaries. And I think her question is, which is a valid question, this money is being spent, is it helping minority students get a college education and to better their lives? So I think that's a legitimate question to ask. And it did pass the committee. I think they had a pretty vigorous debate. I watched some of it. It was still going on last night after 6 o'clock. So they did debate it pretty heavily in the Education Committee.
Daniel, there are Republicans who say that they want more discussion on the bill, one of those being one of your cohorts in the House of Representatives. That's Stephen Riley from Glasgow. So in terms of where you stand on this, Daniel, do you think more discussion's needed? If it's brought up for a vote right now, how would you vote on it?
I am undecided at this point, Joe. I think that, more discussion is always a good thing, typically, especially with a bill that's you read about in the news, and that obviously you will have some on who are opposed because of the subject matter. But I am typically persuaded by the argument that we have to be very good stewards of the tax dollar, and that's part of our responsibility is, appropriately spending tax money in Frankfurt while we're sent there. And it's sometimes I think our public universities need to be reminded of that, because a lot of money goes to public universities in Kentucky. At one time, if you took the K through 12 budget and you took the budget for public universities, that was about 60% of our 2-year budget.
Wow,
was in those two areas. I don't know what the number is now, but at one time that was the number. I don't know what it'll be on this year's budget when it's all said and done. But a majority of our tax dollars are going to education in some way. Mm-hmm. So it needs to be spent well. And if it's helping minorities get a college education, better their lives, more power to them. If it's employing a bunch of people just so they have a job and it's not helping anybody, then it needs to be looked at.
Yeah, I like how you said they need to be reminded that essentially they can't just do what they want to with the money with no accountability, right? It's coming from taxpayer dollars. Yeah. So if you all see something that you think is not going right with that money, then you all have the power to be able to strip that money from them or reallocate that money or say, hey, this is the way this money is going to be spent, and if it's not spent that way, then you all aren't going to get the money to begin with.
Exactly. Couldn't have put it better.
Yeah. Boyle County, Casey County State Rep Daniel Elliott. Daniel, what time do you all, I guess I know this, 11 o'clock, or is it 11 or 9? It's 11?
No, it's 9.
9, okay, 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, good stuff. Daniel, appreciate you being on. Safe travels up to Frankfurt. We'll talk to you again on Monday, and hopefully the Cats can get a win tonight. They tip off at 7 o'clock. Texas A&M beat Ole Miss yesterday, so it's Texas A&M in Kentucky. So, Daniel will be able to, hopefully you'll be at a session by 7 o'clock tonight. Get home and get comfortable and watch Kentucky beat Texas A&M is what we're hoping for.
I think we'll be out because we have some members who are, I think, planning to go down to Nashville.
Okay.
So I'm sure they'll have to have some time to get down there. So
there you go.
But, yeah, big game tonight. So have a good week.
Daniel, appreciate that. Talk to you Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Daniel Elliott Boyle in Casey County, state rep, who joins us every Monday through Friday morning right here on The Joe Show. 7:23 in the morning, the Big Daddy has got sports coming up. And I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about that DCA Cooper roller coaster game last night in the first round of the girls' Sweet 16.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda here in Danville, where we make it easy to do business with us. I want to let you know that we are now offering free pickup and delivery in our quick lane within 20 miles of Danville. Give us a call at 859-238-1190. We will schedule your vehicle for pickup, perform the service requested, and return it to you.
Come to Stuart Powell, we can do business. Ford Mazda.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the girls' Sweet 16 last night, Region 12 champion Danville Christian Academy played hard, but came up short, falling to Cooper 65-63. DCA was up by as many as 10 in the opening quarter, but was hit by foul trouble and trailed by 3 at the half. The Lady Warriors trailed by 13 in the second half, but got within 1 after a 9-0 run in the final period. Grace Bourgois led DCA with 34 points and 14 rebounds. Danville Christian ends the year at 29-3. Today is quarterfinal day at the girls' Sweet 16 in Rupp. This morning at 11, Bowling Green versus McCracken County, followed by Franklin County versus Butler. Tonight at 6, Bethlehem meets Henderson County, followed by Sacred Heart versus Cooper. The semifinals are tomorrow. The SEC quarterfinals are set for today in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. 2-seed Kentucky takes on Texas A&M tonight. Our pregame show started 5:30, tip-offs at 7 for Kentucky and Texas A&M tonight on Z105. If the Cats win, they'll meet 3-seed Alabama or 6-seed Florida around 3:30 Saturday on Z105. In the SEC tournament yesterday, it was Texas A&M 80, Ole Miss 71, Florida 85, Georgia 80, South Carolina 80, Arkansas 66, and Mississippi State 70, LSU 60. In Conference USA, Western Kentucky down New Mexico State 89-69 in the quarterfinals. Transylvania lost to top-ranked NYU last night 57-42 in the NCAA D3 semifinals. It ended Trancy's 64-game winning streak. NASCAR is running this weekend at Bristol on Hometown Radio. Join us for the Food City Cup race Sunday, airtime at 2:30 on WHIR-FM 103.9. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Hi, this is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More next door to Ace Hardware in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check out our tax refund sale. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Get up to 35% off. We offer a layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit. Come see Aunt Nana. You'll be glad you did.
Thanks, girls. You're right. It is tax rebate time. Where are you going to spend yours? How about Mattresses and More? More than a mattress store. Located in Danville, Southland Plaza.
going out of town, or anywhere in the world. Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
7:29 in the morning, there is a Michelin-starred sushi restaurant in New York City that's being accused of giving women smaller portions. So like a woman orders something, and they give them smaller portions because they think it's a woman, they can't eat as much. And obviously a way to save money as well. Well, check out this ad because there's another restaurant with their own kind of like gender-appropriate type of food item here.
The Colonel's back with my new Just for Women bucket.
Huh? What's that?
It's a regular bucket of chicken, but with smaller portions. Imagine it. Tiny, not very meaty pieces of chicken. Delicious.
But why are the portions smaller for women?
Quiet. And don't forget my sides for women. A single corn kernel. A quarter cup of coleslaw. Yummers.
But I want a normal size meal and...
No, I've offered you what I've offered you. You are a woman and you shall eat less than a man. That's the way the world should be, and you should be happy with what you get.
Yikes.
The new Just for Women bucket. Try it today.
There you go. All right, 7:30 in the morning. We got news coming your way. Tyler Ray's on the show at 7:40, and we'll see what he has in the County Agent's Corner for you today. Here's K&N News. We are 90 minutes into the Joe Show.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A controversial crime bill advances in the General Assembly. Paul Miles with the report.
The Senate Judiciary Committee passed House Bill 5, the so-called Safer Kentucky Act. The legislation would impose tougher sentences for certain crimes, including a 3-strikes penalty for felons who commit a third violent offense. Republican Senator Philip Wheeler voting yes on the bill.
We do have a crime problem in Kentucky, and I think this bill will go a long way to address it by a multilateral approach.
Opposing the measure is Democratic Senator Karen Berg.
If you think we are going to incarcerate our way out of this problem, you are wrong.
The bill now goes to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Paul Miles.
A motion has been filed in criminal court to combine the cases of the 3 defendants in the Crystal Rogers murder trial. Brooks Houck is charged with the murder of Crystal Rogers, who disappeared in 2015. Father and son Stephen and Joseph Lawson are facing charges including conspiracy to commit murder. All 3 have asked for a change of venue in the case. The motion is expected to be addressed in court on Thursday. A truck driver is looking at charges after allegedly brake-checking a school bus full of kids. Police investigated an incident in Madison County on February 13th where the driver of a semi-truck brake-checked a Berea Independent School bus with students on board. The incident happened in the evening on I-75, and Noah Davenport has been arrested for road rage for the incident, which put students' lives in risk. Davenport surrendered to authorities on Monday. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
I wish there was a way I could become more civically engaged.
Me too, and earn some extra cash.
You can do both by volunteering to become a poll worker. But I'm a registered independent. That's okay. Any registered voter is eligible. Just head to govote.ky.gov.
What's that website again?
That's govote.ky.gov to sign up to be a poll worker. Compensation will vary by county. This message is sponsored by the Kentucky Secretary of State's Office, Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health Community Services, along with the Ephraim McDowell Healthcare Foundation, is working to raise awareness of the dangers of colon cancer and the importance that regular screenings can play in early detection. They'll do that with their free take-home colon cancer screening kits that you can pick up now. They are for anyone over the age of 45 who's not had a screening in the last 12 months. They'll be available for pickup at multiple Ephraim locations in Danville, Harrodsburg, Lancaster, Liberty, Springfield, and Stanford, but supplies are limited. They're available today through April the 11th. Atmos Energy's project to replace pipes in the Danville area begins today. The project will see Atmos replace bare steel pipes with new high-density polyethylene pipes, or HDPE. Atmos will replace over 8,000 feet of bare steel with those new pipes, as well as 141 service lines. Those are the lines that go from the street to the meter. There will be multiple streets that will have projects done on them, including US 127, Sunset Drive, Hillcrest, Park Lawn, Cross Hill, Alton Road, Boyd Street, Vinson Road, and Craig Road. Atmos projects the $820,000 project should conclude sometime in September. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. The subject of having the state regulate vaping products was heard in the State House. Keith West has the details on House Bill 11.
House Bill 11 would bring state law in line with the FDA regulations on vaping products, especially when it comes to selling those products to minors. The bill's sponsor, Representative Rebecca Raymer of House District 15, explains.
So what House Bill 11 will do is impose penalties for retailers selling to those under the age of 21 and penalties for selling those products that the FDA says is unauthorized.
But some lawmakers believe the bill goes too far in restricting the products that adults also enjoy and would affect mom and pop businesses who abide by the law and only sell to adults. Representative Daniel Grossberg of Louisville explains his no vote.
So I ask that we vote no on this and we come back together next year and address the real problems, flavoring and marketing that target our kids.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
The bill did, however, pass the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Garrett Automotive in Lancaster reminds you to raise your awareness of the importance of being proactive in the fight against cancer. Due to improvements in detection, treatment, and public awareness, deaths due to cancer are being reduced. If you take the time to be informed, you can greatly reduce your risk. This, from Garrett Automotive on Stanford Street in Lancaster, your Parts City Auto Parts store since 1984. For service that's next to none, call 859-792-2149.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, then, Jackie Boy, brought to you by O'Charlie's, where their Sunday brunch is back, starting Sunday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Enjoy a special menu, including French toast, biscuits and gravy, steak and scrambled eggs, bacon, egg, and cheese quesadillas, and $5 mimosas. O'Charlie's Sunday brunch. Danville Manor Shopping Center. Rain showers, thunderstorms today. A high today of 65. A low tonight of 41. Sunshine tomorrow, 65. Sunday, you get sunshine. A high of 56. Start to see that cooler weather move in. And Monday, only 43 as the high. Of course, Monday, the first day of my daughter's soccer practice, it's 43. Yesterday, the first official day of soccer practice, it's 77 degrees. Of course, we'd get the one where it's 35 degrees cooler on our soccer day. Right now, it's 7:37 in the morning, 57 degrees. right here in Danville. Our phone number to call in here is 238-9447. That's 238-WHIR. And we'd love to have you right here on the radio on the Joe Show. We'll see if Tyler Ray gives us a call in this morning for the County Agent's Corner. He's the one who's tasked with filling out the rest of this week on this Friday morning. As we wait, we can see what's breaking and trending this morning on the Joe Show, waking you up with the news headlines, those things making the headlines around the state, nation, and the world. And here we go. Story number one coming from Senator Bernie Sanders, where Bernie held a hearing yesterday on a bill he's introduced called the 32-hour work week, which would do exactly what it says. The bill would reduce the standard work week from 40 hours to 32 hours over the span of 4 years and lower the number of hours an employee would have to work before they would be paid overtime. The other part of the bill is that it would require no loss of pay because of reduction in hours. In a statement, Sanders said, quote, moving to a 32-hour work week with no loss of pay is not a radical idea. Today, American workers are over 400% more productive than they were in the 1940s. This is also something Japan has done a pilot program. I think it was Japan did a pilot program on this and said the 32 hours that the workers worked, they were just as productive as a 40-hour work week. So maybe it's something that could hold some merit to it. Senator Bernie Sanders, his hearing yesterday, changing the standard work week from 40 hours to 32 hours.
In fact, the last time was...
Uh-oh, hold on a second. Bernie, we lost you there. Let's try it again.
In fact, the last time, as we understand it, the Senate held a hearing on this subject was in the year 1955. So I think maybe the time is now to renew that discussion.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Severe weather took a toll in a few states yesterday. Reports of tornadoes right here in Kentucky, down in southwestern Kentucky, as well as Indiana and Ohio. In Indiana, there were earlier reports of at least 3 deaths, but officials are now saying that is not the case. They said in an overnight press conference that they're still working to confirm if the weather led to any deaths, acknowledging at the same time that some people could still be trapped inside buildings. Crews will be out this morning to assist in searching for victims and assessing the damage. McDonald's in Japan got everybody excited for French fry perfume. They were kidding. McDonald's Japan took to X and shared photos of a trio of scents, the classic salted fries, seaweed fries, and garlic fries. The response was so huge that the account has now shared the image was posted as a part of a promotion for the limited time flavored fries product. And we would like people to enjoy the scent of fries and flavors. This perfume is not actually manufactured or sold, so you can let the backlash ensue. The Pittsburgh Penguins, the hockey team, say a shipment of bobbleheads was stolen from them after it arrived in California. The shipment of Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads were going to be given to fans at their game against the San Jose Sharks last night. The team said the bobbleheads will now be given out at a later date, and all fans at last night's game will receive a voucher to redeem the bobblehead at a later date once they are available. They say the investigation into the stolen bobbleheads is ongoing. SpaceX launched a rocket yesterday, a cutting-edge technological success, quote-unquote, because that word can have a different definition than what some would think. SpaceX made its third attempt to launch its Starship rocket yesterday, and not only successfully lifted off, but actually reached orbit, drawing congratulations from Elon Musk and NASA Administrator Bill Nelson. The rocket is planned to be used by NASA to return to the moon, but the test was not a complete success. Starship was planned to splash down in the Indian Ocean, but never made it after an engine misfired. Liftoff, orbit, safe return, check 2 out of 3 boxes. That's what's breaking and trending this morning in the 7 o'clock hour. Tyler Ray joins us from the Boyle County Extension Office. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
I'm good, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing great, Tyler. Appreciate you being on here this morning, updating us from the Boyle County Extension Office with the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by our buddies down in Stanford at Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Tyler Ray.
Raising small poultry flocks on the farm or in the backyard has become very popular. Most important things to remember when choosing a type of housing are provisions for adequate shelter from weather, adequate ventilation, and also protection from predators. You should choose a housing that's easiest to build from readily available materials. Housing should be low maintenance or have a low maintenance cost and support changing the needs of your flock. Over the years, a variety of housing designs for backyard flocks have hit the market, each with their own pros and cons. The best design depends on the number of birds you have and how much money you want to spend on it. It's a good idea to make a coop tall enough for you to stand inside because you'll clean it more often. If you need a lower coop for some reason, make sure you have easy access to make cleaning easier. One popular option for backyard flocks is a bottomless, movable coop. The owner can move it in regular intervals so birds have access to fresh grass. These housing units also protect birds from predators. This type of structure is also more helpful for small production flocks. You can use the basic coop design to amend it for the size of your flock. You can even make it easy and relatively inexpensive. The University of Kentucky College of Agriculture, Food and Environment compiles a series of videos from Kentucky State University showing step-by-step instruction for small poultry housing constructions. This site also provides links to other housing plans. For more information about backyard and small poultry flocks, contact your local extension office. And this has been today's Home and Farm News. Join us each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Boyle, Lincoln, and Garrett Mercer UK Extension Offices.
There you go. Tyler Ray with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Tyler, before you go, I've got some random facts you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Tyler, are you ready?
Sure.
All right, here we go, Tyler. Number one is maybe the most random fact that we've ever had in this segment. Nothing seems to be more random than this. People like to make fun of the New York Mets. But when Major League Baseball stadiums are ranked by how many lighthouses are within 25 miles of the field, the Mets' home Citi Field is number one. The Mets' home park has 25 lighthouses within 25 miles of it. 9 teams have 0 miles within that range. 0 lighthouses, I should say, within that mile range. And the Colorado Rockies have just 1, but it might just be some guy's house, but they count it as a lighthouse. When you talk of random facts, Tyler, we are breaking down the mileage of lighthouses away from Major League Baseball stadiums. It doesn't get more random than that. I mean, that is the tip-top iceberg of randomness in this segment. The New York Mets, 25 lighthouses within 25 miles of their stadium. Number 2, the 4 American time zones didn't become standard until 1883, when railroads needed them to run on time. Until then, different towns kept their own time based on the sun, which would make sense for train engineers, right? Conductors, they're like, hey, I can't get to this town by 7:30 when it's already 6:30 at this other town, and they're on their own time zone and it's 8:30 there. We got to have some sort of standard format here. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense. Number 3, in Starbucks' first 2 years of operation, Tyler, they purchased their coffee beans from Peet's Coffee and Tea. Then in 1984, the original owners of Starbucks bought Peet's, and they owned it until it went public in 2001. There you go. Are you a Starbucks fan, Tyler?
Not really.
No, me neither. My wife likes it a lot. I just figure if I'm going to drink coffee, I'll make it myself. Number 4, only 3 countries in the world have constitutions that guarantee the right to bear arms: Guatemala, Mexico, and the United States. And the U.S. is the only one without any explicit restrictions on the right to bear arms. And number 5, Tyler, George Harrison, the great Beatle, decided to write a song in 1968 based on the first words he saw when he opened a random book on his parents' bookshelf. He opened that book, the words that he saw, Tyler, were the words, "Gently Weeps." So he wrote this one While My Guitar Gently Weeps, which the Beatles would later record. And Tyler, there you go. Some random facts for you on this Friday morning. Appreciate you being on. Tyler, we'll talk to you again in April, okay?
Sure.
All right,
Sounds
Tyler.
good.
Bye. Bye. Tyler Ray with the County Agent's Corner. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. 7:48 in the morning. We go to Melton's Deli coming up next.
Is your business in need of meeting space? Is your business or group looking at guests coming into town? Or are you in need of a room yourself? Well, this is Jazz, Director of Sales at the Hampton Inn and Holiday Inn Express, located in Danville, Kentucky, where we are your home away from home. I can help handle those needs, so why don't you give me a call or shoot me a text today at 859-516-4720, 859-516-4720.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the girls' Sweet 16 last night, Region 12 champion Danville Christian Academy played hard, but came up short, falling to Cooper 65-63. DCA was up by as many as 10 in the opening quarter, but was hit by foul trouble and trailed by 3 at the half. The Lady Warriors trailed by 13 in the second half, but got within 1 after a 9-0 run in the final period. Grace Bourgois led DCA with 34 points and 14 rebounds. Danville Christian ends the year at 29-3. Today is quarterfinal day at the girls' Sweet 16 in Rupp. This morning at 11, Bowling Green versus McCracken County, followed by Franklin County versus Butler. Tonight at 6, Bethlehem meets Henderson County, followed by Sacred Heart versus Cooper. The semifinals are tomorrow. The SEC quarterfinals are set for today in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. 2-seed Kentucky takes on Texas A&M tonight. Our pregame show started 5:30. Tip-offs at 7 for Kentucky and Texas A&M tonight on Z105. If the Cats win, they'll meet 3-seed Alabama or 6-seed Florida around 3:30 Saturday on Z105. In the SEC tournament yesterday, it was Texas A&M 80, Ole Miss 71, Florida 85, Georgia 80, South Carolina 80, Arkansas 66, and Mississippi State 70, LSU 60. In Conference USA, Western Kentucky down New Mexico State 89-69 in the quarterfinals. Transylvania lost to top-ranked NYU last night 57-42 in the NCAA D3 semifinals. It ended Transy's 64-game winning streak. NASCAR is running this weekend at Bristol on Hometown Radio. Join us for the Food City Cup race Sunday, airtime at 2:30 on WHIR FM 103.9. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Are you ready? Because Vintage NASCAR is back. Get ready for some bumper banging fun because in 2024, the Food City 500 is back. That's right, back on concrete, back to sheet metal bending chaos, back to racing the way it ought to be. Grab a spring weekend package today and save 15%. It's the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway, March 17th, 2024. It'll be St. Patrick's Day, so get ready to party. Visit BristolMotorspeedway.com for tickets and detail.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center. Big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Addiction does not discriminate. Anyone that's struggling with substance use can call in to us. Call 8338-KY-HELP. People are struggling and they need hope and compassion and to know they're not alone. All you have to do is pick up the phone. Call 8338-KY-HELP. And on the other side of that phone is Endless Hope and Endless Help.
Kentucky is here to help you. Call 8338-KY-HELP. or visit the website findhelpnowky.org to begin your journey to recovery. Paid for by the Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Right Meyer Insurance. They are your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the auto owners insurance company. Call Mark or Chris and they'll give you a free quote, folks. 236-6686. Rain showers and thunderstorms are likely today. A high of 65, a low tonight 41. Sunshine tomorrow 65. Sunshine Sunday and 56. Right now 7:54 in the morning. We are heading out west to see what the celebrities are up to today. We get to gawk at them every day. What kind of idiocy are they up to today? Here we go. The showbiz segment. All right, this is interesting. The Who, pretty notorious for smashing their instruments. However, if you didn't know this, Roger Daltrey was never a part of that. I mean, he was the singer, so he really didn't have anything to smash other than like a tambourine or harmonica, but the optics on that are incredibly underwhelming when you compare that to a guitar, but Roger never felt like he was missing out. He admits he smashed a guitar one time and he hated it. In fact, he said it felt like he was killing his wife. He added, quote, "The guitar was worth 50 gigs. Roger Daltrey, no, he's not into smashing instruments. Bridesmaids is one of the most beloved comedies of the century, you know, so far. But if you're waiting for a sequel, you might want to find a new hobby, because that's not happening. Kristen Wiig says she's never even been in a conversation about one. Quote, "That story had an end, and it's so beloved to me for 10 million reasons, and I think it's okay to just have it exist in the world as it is." Several of Kristen's co-stars have said they'd love to do a sequel, including Melissa McCarthy, Rose Byrne, and Maya Rudolph have all stated they would love to be in a sequel for Bridesmaids. NSYNC reunited at Justin Timberlake's album release show Wednesday night in L.A., and it was their first live performance since the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards. The guys performed a 4-set song set of Girlfriend, Bye Bye Bye, It's Going to Be Me, and their new song Paradise. That one's on Justin's album Everything I Thought It Was, which does come out today. It doesn't seem like this is the last we'll see of NSYNC. Justin posted a photo of the 5 stools on stage, and Lance Bass commented, quote, "That was fun. Let's do it again soon." Okay, interesting stuff. And Ty Burrell coming back to ABC with a new comedy. The Modern Family star coming back with a comedy called Forgive and Forget. Ty stars as Hank, a life-for-the-party type who receives an unexpected diagnosis and reconnects with his responsible adult son to make new memories. It's inspired by the experiences of caring for a parent with Alzheimer's. The show, quote, hopes to destigmatize the disease afflicting millions. There's no release date yet on Forgive and Forget. The world of weird celebrity news. Kristen Wiig is not interested in a Bridesmaids sequel. Ty Burrell is returning to ABC with a new comedy. NSYNC reunited for a surprise performance at Justin Timberlake's album release show. Roger Daltrey thinks smashing a guitar is like killing his wife. And that's what's going on in the world of absolute weird showbiz segment. All right, all that traveling out west has made me hungry. I'm going to Melton's Deli in Danville, grabbing myself a sandwich for lunch this afternoon. Yesterday, I mistakenly thought it was Friday for like an hour, and so I picked out the Big Daddy Club yesterday, but I'm doing it again, back-to-back days. The Miles Bell Special. It's Miles' favorite sandwich, so we always honor Miles on Fridays with him calling in, letting us know it's Friday. The Big Daddy Club, it's $7.99 at Melton's Deli in Danville, piled high with deli-baked ham, smoked turkey, crisp bacon, Swiss and American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise on your choice of white, wheat, or rye bread. It is the Big Daddy Club, $7.99. You can get it at 2 locations. 247 East Main Street, 995 Ben Ally Drive in Danville, Melton's number 1, and Melton's Deli number 2. Tell them you heard it this morning on The Joe Show.
You forgot one word.
What?
The Big Daddy Bertram Club.
The Big Daddy Bertram Club in honor of the
Good
Big
stuff.
Daddy. Yeah, Steve. Well, here's Steve in about 15 minutes or so. He'll give us a look at sports at 8:15 this morning. Real quickly, we have ourselves a brand new world record.
You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable! I don't believe what I just saw!
All right, if the mad scientists behind this keep up, we might be eating blueberries as big as apples soon. A company in Australia called Costa Berries just unveiled the largest blueberry ever grown. It is the size of a ping pong ball. Now, a normal blueberry weighs like a gram or maybe 2. This one comes in at 20.4 grams. It is just under an ounce. They picked it in November, and it's set in a deep freeze for 3 months while they waited to verify this with Guinness. The old record was 16.2 grams, so this blueberry, which now has the world record, is 26% heavier. They've been working on breeding bigger and bigger blueberries because they say there's a consumer demand for larger blueberries. Because of that demand, it might not be long before we see an even bigger blueberry than this. The old record only stood for like 3 years. The 16.2 gram blueberry before this new world record blueberry was grown. The size of a ping pong ball. It is a new world record. It's 7:59 in the morning with 30 seconds away from Top Hour News right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR, Danville News, Dog Sports.
Water and electricity, 2 things that make our lives easier and better. But as valuable as each one is, together they can be deadly. Water is a conductor of electricity, and if you're standing in water or wet while using an electrical appliance, you could be shocked or electrocuted. Keep all electrical appliances away from water, and make sure your hands are dry when using appliances. For more information, contact your electric cooperative.
And that's Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
You need a stopper at the new pop.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. House Speaker Mike Johnson is lashing out at Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer over his recent comments on Israel.
We have to stand with and support them right now, but what you're seeing from the White House and clearly from the Senate Democrats is really exactly the opposite. They seem to be standing with and supporting Iran and its proxies instead.
Schumer from the Senate floor called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu an obstacle to peace in the Israel-Hamas war and called for new elections in the country. Ahead of this St. Patrick's Day weekend, President Biden will be meeting with Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar today. Biden, who leans heavily into his Irish roots, has faced some criticism in Ireland for his handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald says the guilty verdicts against James and Jennifer Crumley will not bring the victims back. She says gun violence is still a huge problem.
It's the #1 cause of death for children in this country. So I refuse to take a victory lap with these prosecutions. It will not bring back these kids. We have a lot more work to do.
McDonald thanked her staff and the parents of the Oxford High School students who were shot and killed in November of 2021. She says the focus needs to be on the survivors' mental health and on ending gun violence. Former Secretary of the Treasury, Stephen Mnuchin, is putting together a bid to buy TikTok. Mark Mayfield with more.
He told CNBC on Thursday that he is building an investor group to acquire the popular video app from ByteDance. This comes after the House voted Wednesday to approve a bill that would force the China-based company to sell the app or have the app banned in the U.S. Mnuchin said he thinks the legislation should pass and that TikTok should be owned by a U.S. business. He added there's no way that the Chinese would ever let a U.S. company own something like this in China.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Lawyers for the suspect arrested for trying to rush the cockpit of a flight out of San Diego says he is undergoing a mental health evaluation and is on suicide watch. Brian Shook with more.
Nathan Jones is accused of trying to storm the cockpit of an Alaska Airlines flight from San Diego to Washington, D.C. on March 3rd. He was finally restrained by flight attendants and an off-duty law enforcement official after trying 3 times to get onto the flight deck. He had taken flying lessons and had notebooks with him on how to operate a plane. He now faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted on federal charges. I'm Brian Shook.
The father of one of the children killed in the Uvalde, Texas school shooting has started a protest outside of the town's police headquarters. Trey Thomas with more.
Brett Cross is furious that a city-funded investigation of the massacre absolved the officers of any wrongdoing.
Their thin blue line backing each other and putting a job over morality and over children's lives.
The report done by a former Austin cop has divided the community. Some feel like it was a whitewash.
Vice President Kamala Harris is speaking out against lawmakers who've rolled back abortion access across the country. Harris toured a Planned Parenthood clinic in Minneapolis Thursday, becoming the first vice president to ever visit a clinic providing abortion services while in office.
In states around our country, extremists have proposed and passed laws that have denied women access to reproductive health care.
The vice president said many women across the country are suffering following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Abortion has become a key issue running up to the general election. President Biden says if he's reelected, he will restore abortion protections. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. Do you have a small business in need of bookkeeping, payroll, or other business services? At H&R Block, we do it all, from simple sole proprietorships to partnerships, corporations, estates and trusts, and even nonprofit returns. With our monthly business services starting at just $50 per month, our prices are competitive and can allow you to focus on your business while we take care of your books. Give us a call at 859-236-3281 to learn more about our small business services, or stop by the office at 216 Brent Avenue in Danville.
If you want to make the most of your vacation, there's no better place than the Bluegrass State. Kentucky's 44 state parks offer abundant places to play and diverse accommodations to stay. Take a hike, float your boat, or bike the trails. Pitch a tent under the stars or settle into a lakefront lodge. Tee up for 18 holes, then enjoy a signature meal. Plan your trip at parks.ky.gov.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Good morning to you folks. It's Friday, the 15th day of March, 031524. On your calendar, a cloudy, rainy, and thunderstormy day. A high of 65. We got a forecast coming your way and news as well. That's first.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
Ephraim McDowell Health Community Services, along with the Ephraim McDowell Healthcare Foundation, is working to raise awareness of the dangers of colon cancer and the importance that regular screenings can play in early detection. They'll do that with their free take-home colon cancer screening kits that you can pick up now. They are for anyone over the age of 45 who's not had a screening in the last 12 months. They'll be available for pickup at multiple Ephraim locations in Danville, Harrodsburg, Lancaster, Liberty, Springfield, and Stanford, but supplies are limited. They're available today through April the 11th. Atmos Energy's project to replace pipes in the Danville area begins today. The project will see Atmos replace bare steel pipes with new high-density polyethylene pipes, or HDPE. Atmos will replace over 8,000 feet of bare steel with those new pipes, as well as 141 service lines. Those are the lines that go from the street to the meter. There will be multiple streets that will have projects done on them, including US 127, Sunset Drive, Hillcrest, Park Lawn, Cross Hill, Alton Road, Boyd Street, Vinson Road, and Craig Road. Atmos projects the $820,000 project should conclude sometime in September. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. The subject of having the state regulate vaping products was heard in the State House. Keith West has the details on House Bill 11.
House Bill 11 would bring state law in line with the FDA regulations on vaping products, especially when it comes to selling those products to minors. The bill's sponsor, Representative Rebecca Raymer of House District 15, explains.
So what House Bill 11 will do is impose penalties for retailers selling to those under the age of 21 and penalties for selling those products that the FDA says is unauthorized.
But some lawmakers believe the bill goes too far in restricting the products that adults also enjoy and would affect mom and pop businesses who abide by the law and only sell to adults. Representative Daniel Grossberg of Louisville explains his no vote.
So I ask that we vote no on this and we come back together next year and address the real problems, flavoring and marketing that target our kids.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
The bill did, however, pass the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
our good friends at Danville Auto Body Shop. For top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair, head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay Street. Call for an appointment at 236-2299. That's 236-2299 for Danville Auto Body Shop. And I'm Robert Wagner filling in for Joe Mathis this hour. And we've got showers and thunderstorms in our area. Good chance throughout the day today to have a shower, maybe a thunderstorm, and it looks like they'll continue all day long. It'll be cloudy definitely today, a high of 65. Not a bad temp, but still a lot cooler than yesterday. 10 degrees cooler. Got up to around 75 yesterday. Very nice day. Very, very, very nice. And they said we could have some higher amounts if we do get some thunderstorms and rain, so we're looking about maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch rain in our area. Tonight, some showers are still possible, slight chance, and a low around 41. Now, tomorrow, nice day, sunny, high near 65. And Sunday, mostly sunny and a high near 56. And we're starting a trend of getting cooler and cooler as we'll be back down to below freezing Sunday night, low around 30. Monday, high only about 43. So some chilly weather. Right now, we're at 56 and overcast. Some showers to the south of Danville. And looks like along the Tennessee border, we got some thunderstorms. And the rain is coming through the area today, so it can all clear out for Sunday when we head down to Bristol and watch the NASCAR race. Taking a busload of fans from Papa's Truck Stop here in Danville. And WHIR, your home for NASCAR racing. We're going to head down there and enjoy the race Sunday afternoon on St. Patrick's Day. And the last time Bristol hosted a race on St. Patrick's Day was back in 2013. And Joe Mathis's favorite driver, Casey Kane, won that night. He was the big winner. And we're looking forward to a lot of fun this next coming race here in the NASCAR series this year. It's going to be interesting. Big short track race. No dirt this year. They're doing it the old concrete way. And so there'll be a lot of folks running into each other and pushing people around. So it should be a fun trip. Looking forward to that and the weekend. Now, it is St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, so you have to wear green all day. And one of the things I don't like about St. Patrick's Day, when the Reds play in spring training, they wear green hats. I think that's ugly when the Reds wear green hats. It doesn't make sense to me. They'll have green jerseys on. I don't think it's fun. The Reds, I don't like it. Looks ugly to me. Doesn't make any sense, but I'm sure the Reds in spring training will be all decked out in green on Sunday when they play out west in the Phoenix area. A long ways away from here. But looking at sports, the Reds, well, it looks like they might have some decent pitching. That's what a lot of the experts are predicting. But right now, we're kind of in a hitting slump. The offense is kind of falling asleep. We need to get the Reds' offense going here. They need a nice big boost of home runs, hits, something going. Opening day is just a few weeks away. Hard to believe. Opening day, another baseball season will be here upon us. And it's always a big deal with opening day in Cincinnati. So that'll be coming up here shortly. And right now we do have someone to come up and talk about last night. Big game in our area. DCA battled Cooper. What a game. A high-scoring game. Lots of fouls called in that game, too. Let's check in with Steve Bertram now and get an update about last night's Sweet 16 game here on WHIR, FM 103.9 and AM 1230.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the girls' Sweet 16 last night, Region 12 champion Danville Christian Academy played hard, but came up short, falling to Cooper 65-63. DCA was up by as many as 10 in the opening quarter, but was hit by foul trouble and trailed by 3 at the half. The Lady Warriors trailed by 13 in the second half, but got within 1 after a 9-0 run in the final period. Grace Bourgois led DCA with 34 points and 14 rebounds. Danville Christian ends the year at 29-3. Today is quarterfinal day at the girls' Sweet 16 in Rupp. This morning at 11, Bowling Green versus McCracken County, followed by Franklin County versus Butler. Tonight at 6, Bethlehem meets Henderson County, followed by Sacred Heart versus Cooper. The semifinals are tomorrow. The SEC quarterfinals are set for today in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. 2-seed Kentucky takes on Texas A&M tonight. Our pregame show started 5:30. Tip-offs at 7 for Kentucky and Texas A&M tonight on Z105. If the Cats win, they'll meet 3-seed Alabama or 6-seed Florida around 3:30 Saturday on Z105. In the SEC tournament yesterday, it was Texas A&M 80, Ole Miss 71. Florida 85, Georgia 80, South Carolina 80, Arkansas 66, and Mississippi State 70, LSU 60. In Conference USA, Western Kentucky down New Mexico State 89-69 in the quarterfinals. Transylvania lost to top-ranked NYU last night 57-42 in the NCAA D3 semifinals. It ended Transy's 64-game winning streak. NASCAR is running this weekend at Bristol on Hometown Radio. Join us for the Food City Cup race Sunday, airtime at 2:30 on WHIR FM 1039. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
TG Kentucky is Engineer Openings that offers a full benefit package including new competitive pay scale, 401k, medical, dental, vision, and prescription coverage, and 2 weeks vacation time. You begin accruing on your hire date. TG is one of the largest employers in Central Kentucky. Their plastic and rubber technologies contribute to safer, more comfortable, and environmentally friendly vehicles. Apply now at work4tg.com. That's work4tg.com. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. TG Kentucky is just minutes away on Main Street in Lebanon. TG Kentucky, always working to achieve the highest quality standards.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Fitzgerald-Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
The Little Sign Shop. Under new owners and operators, they offer all types of quality signs at affordable prices in Danville. Many signs available within 24 hours. Check them out, The Little Sign Shop, where 2nd and 4th Street meet. Call them when you need a sign at 859-238-7391. And the weather today, lots of clouds today. We could see some scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day and into the evening. A high today about 65. That doesn't sound bad, but yesterday was much nicer at 75. And tonight we're going to have still maybe a chance of showers, slight chance. Cloudy overnight and a low of 41. Tomorrow, sunny all day. Nice Saturday, high near 65. And Sunday, mostly sunny, a high near 56. And looking at Monday, mostly sunny and a high of just 43. Overnight, Sunday night into Monday morning, we're going to dip down below freezing. So still got a little bit of winter to deal with in our area. It's 56 degrees right now at 8:19. I'm Robert Wagner filling in for Joe on the Joe Show. And the weather was really tough yesterday. Tough weather day for parts of our state up in the northern Kentucky area in a town called Milton. They had a tornado there in that area, and over across the Ohio River in Indiana, tornadoes went through there. And then tornadoes last night in Ohio, north of Dayton, particularly an area called Indian Lake, Ohio. And Indian Lake, you might recognize that name. I've been to Indian Lake and rode a jet ski on the lake. Now, it's a very shallow lake when you compare it to Cumberland, Lake Cumberland. It's not a very deep lake, but a nice wide lake. But in the 70s, very popular place for groups to come through, music artists to perform. It had a big bandstand that was very popular place. Kind of like, it reminds me of Renfro Valley, but they had a fire burned down and they never replaced it. But when it was in its heyday, a group called the Cowsills wrote a song about Indian Lake. I thought I'd play that this morning. You might remember it if you were a big fan of music back in the 70s. The Cowsills had a big hit with a song called Indian Lake, about Indian Lake, Ohio. Those people up there today are really reeling from the tornado, and they're going to have a time to recover.
Indian Lake is a saying you should make with your little one. Just keep it in mind if you're looking to find a place in the summer sun. Swim in the cold.
There you go, the Cowsills and their big hit, Indian Lake. They're kind of like a Partridge Family sort of group back in the 70s, and they wrote a song about Indian Lake, Ohio, where today they're needing a lot of our prayers as they're dealing with a tornado that went through and really wiped out a lot of the town there in that area. But I share that with you. If you might remember that if you remember that song, you'll go, I've heard of Indian Lake before, Ohio. And it almost sounds like a tourist commercial there, talking about coming by and having fun at Indian Lake, Ohio. So they have some rough days ahead as they try to recover from this, and a lot of families' lives have been destroyed, and they're going to take some time to sort that out. But our prayers go out to all the good folks at Indian Lake, Ohio, and all the people in Milton, Kentucky that had to deal with the tornado. They had one here yesterday, too. So some rough days, and we don't expect any of that today, just showers and thunderstorms in our area. But it does, we're in the tornado season. It does give me pause here to think about making sure we're prepared and take precautions. Tornadoes can come at any time when you least expect it, and you need to make sure you're ready for it and have your tornado plan and be safe. And I know a lot of basements are not available in our homes in our area, but we do need to make sure we have a plan to where to meet and be in the center of our homes, away from windows. Make sure we have a lot of walls between us and the outside to help protect us during the storm. So be weather aware and be cautious. Tornadoes are dangerous. Like I said, I've been to Indian Lake, Ohio. Know some folks up that way, and I know they're suffering today, and a lot of other people, too, in Indiana. It's just amazing how fast these storms can pop up and roll right through and do a lot of damage. I'm Robert Wagner filling in for Joe Mathis today. It is 8:25, and we are going to be hearing from Pam, wedding planning from Pam after the 8:30 news. Always look forward to hearing what Pam has to say. I'm not planning a wedding anytime soon, but I do enjoy listening to her, and I think a lot of her tips are pretty neat. She always has some good ones, and if you know someone that's getting married soon, you can catch her advice today. Coming up after the 8:30 news right here on WHIR, FM 103.9, AM 1230, and you can listen to us around the world streaming at hometownlive.net.
It's a championship roster of incredible new Kias only at Cartown Kia. New 2024 Kia Telluride, just $449 down and $449 a month. Or the 2024 Seltos, just $299 down and $299 a month. Or the 2024 Kia Forte, just $179 down and $179 a month. Shop Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2024 Kia Telluride, $449 per month, $1304 with signing. 2024 Kia Seltos, $299 per month, $980 with signing. 2024 Kia Forte, $179 per month, $1216 with signing. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year plus tax, title, license, document acquisition fees, and approved credit. No security deposit required. All incentives, dealer price and approved dealer and option. See dealer for details. Offer expires March 31st, 2024.
Well, I'm the new guy in here, and I don't know why nothing's playing. Well, let's try this here. Maybe this will work.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Well, I was talking about earlier, it was St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, and here's an interesting list of the best places to go celebrate St. Patrick's Day on Sunday. According to Wallet Hub, these are the number one top places in the United States to go celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And you always think that Boston is number one, or Chicago, where they dye the green, the Chicago River, they dye the river green. Impressive. Savannah, Reno, Pittsburgh, they all round out the top. New York City made it to the 6th slot. But the interesting thing is here's where they said the highest Irish population in the country is. Naperville, Illinois is where the highest population of Irish descendants are. Oakland Park, Kansas is number 2. Worcester, Massachusetts is number 3. Eugene, Oregon is number 4. Pittsburgh, PA, number 5. And Spokane, Washington is number 6. So I would have never guessed any of those towns to be considered. I would have thought Boston, Chicago. They do it up big time in those towns for St. Patrick's Day. And I did not know Savannah is a popular place to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And Reno, but Pittsburgh, very interesting places to celebrate. I don't know if you have any plans today. A lot of folks are wearing green. If you haven't gotten dressed today, people are wearing green to the office today to celebrate St. Patrick's Day and keep things humming along. I'm Robert Wagner, filling in on the Joe Show today. Today is a special day in the Joe Mathis family. Their son is receiving an award at the elementary school, and Joe, I'm really glad to do this for him, asked me to fill in so he could be there to cheer on his son as he gets an award this morning at elementary school. So way to go, Jack. Congratulations. Also, Dusty's son is in the same class school there and getting a son too. His son is getting an award too, so he couldn't join us today for the Kentucky Music Preview. So we're down 2 today here, and you get the emergency replacement. I get to come in and fill in. I'm very honored to do that for Joe. And we miss Dusty. We miss you, Dusty. We wish you were here to tell us. I was joking earlier with Joe that we were going to taste test Dr. Pepper Oreos. Are they real or are they not? We'll find out. We'll talk about that more after we hear from the news update here at the bottom of the hour from the Kentucky News Network on WHIR.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
A man is going to prison for the murder of another in 2021. A jury found Benjamin Call guilty of the murder of John Ty Abner. Abner was found beaten to death in a parking garage in Victorian Square, October 2021. A 20-year sentence was recommended by the jury. The Safer Kentucky Act is a step closer to passage. The Senate Judiciary Committee approved the measure in a vote on Thursday. The bill calls for harsher penalties for anyone who sells fentanyl or is convicted of a carjacking. It moves to the full Senate. Progress towards Kentucky's medical marijuana program with new regulations on how people with qualifying conditions actually get their licenses. Sam Flynn is the executive director of Kentucky's medical cannabis program.
Under Kentucky law and these new regulations, Kentuckians can become cardholders on or after January 1, 2025 by obtaining a written certification from an authorized medical practitioner and completing an online application through the program's online portal, which will go live on that date.
It'll cost $25 to apply and to renew medical marijuana licenses. That's one of the lowest fees in the country. Details on kymedcan.ky.gov. A recent semi-crash that sent a truck off a bridge in Louisville has gotten the attention of local fire departments. Georgetown Fire Rescue have been training on rope rescue similar to what was needed in Louisville just to be prepared. Teams worked together on Thursday to sharpen their skills in the event of emergencies. The UK basketball program now starting a new name, image, likeness program called La Familia.
La Familia was formed. They did it to support me, support the kids, support the program. Now I'm giving BBN an opportunity. Why don't you join us? 100% of what you do will go back to the players.
Coach John Calipari says fans who donate to the players will receive exclusive content. The program has a goal of $1 million. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
The Department for Aging and Independent Living within the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services wants to promote the Aging Disability Resource Center, a statewide toll-free phone line that provides older adults, individuals with physical disabilities, caregivers, and professionals with information to promote independent living. Call to learn about home-delivered meals, in-home services, respite care, caregiver support, and Medicaid waiver programs to help those age 60 and over. Call 877-925-0037. Kentucky, forward together. Paid for by the Department for Aging and Independent Living, the KBA, and the station.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health Community Services, along with the Ephraim McDowell Healthcare Foundation, is working to raise awareness of the dangers of colon cancer and the importance that regular screenings can play in early detection. They'll do that with their free take-home colon cancer screening kits that you can pick up now. They are for anyone over the age of 45 who's not had a screening in the last 12 months. They'll be available for pickup at multiple Ephraim locations in Danville, Harrodsburg, Lancaster, Liberty, Springfield, and Stanford, but supplies are limited. They're available today through April the 11th. Atmos Energy's project to replace pipes in the Danville area begins today. The project will see Atmos replace bare steel pipes with new high-density polyethylene pipes, or HDPE. Atmos will replace over 8,000 feet of bare steel with those new pipes, as well as 141 service lines. Those are the lines that go from the street to the meter. There will be multiple streets that will have projects done on them, including US 127, Sunset Drive, Hillcrest, Park Lawn, Cross Hill, Alton Road, Boyd Street, Vinson Road, and Craig Road. Atmos projects the $820,000 project should conclude sometime in September. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. The subject of having the state regulate vaping products was heard in the State House. Keith West has the details on House Bill 11.
House Bill 11 would bring state law in line with the FDA regulations on vaping products, especially when it comes to selling those products to minors. The bill's sponsor, Representative Rebecca Raymer of House District 15, explains.
So what House Bill 11 will do is impose penalties for retailers selling to those under the age of 21 and penalties for selling those products that the FDA says is unauthorized.
But some lawmakers believe the bill goes too far in restricting the products that adults also enjoy and would affect mom and pop businesses who abide by the law and only sell to adults. Representative Daniel Grossberg of Louisville explains his no vote.
So I ask that we vote no on this and we come back together next year and address the real problems, flavoring and marketing that target our kids.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
The bill did, however, pass the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
Last place feeling in life is no place to be. Ready for a new way of living? The Isaiah House will put you first. Long-term and short-term residential treatment, outpatient treatment, medication assistant treatment, transitional living and job skills training. Isaiah House has the programs to the path of help, hope, and healing. End the hurting. Take the first step toward a happier, healthier you. Call the Isaiah House anytime, 24 hours a day.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
Charlie's Restaurant in Danville. Sunday brunch is back. Hey, starting this Sunday morning at 10, head out to Charlie's, enjoy a special menu including French toast, biscuits and gravy, steak and scrambled eggs, bacon, egg, and cheese quesadillas. Whole lot more stuff they got. Sunday morning at 10, and they've got $5 mimosas, too. O'Charlie's in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. And the weather today, cloudy all day. Showers and thunderstorms could happen at any time. Right now, the radar is showing storms basically to the south and west of Danville, heading towards West Virginia, it looks like here. There's nothing really behind it right now. Radar is clear. So it looks like we'll be cloudy for a while. A high near 65 today. And tonight, showers and thunderstorms are still slightly possible, mainly before early evening. But we'll be cloudy tonight, partly cloudy, low around 41. Tomorrow, sunny. Very nice day to start off the weekend, high near 65. And Saturday night, low, looks like it'll be down to about 43. And another sunny day on Sunday, high to about 56. Big difference from yesterday when we were in the 70s. But today we are going to be cloudy and threat of rain all day long. And right now I'm having a guest meteorologist come in and share the temperature with us. Jim, tell us the temperature.
It's 56 degrees.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you stopping by and sharing us the temperature this morning here on the Joe Show. I'm Robert Wagner filling in for Joe Mathis today. Joe slipped out for a little bit. I was glad to come in and fill for him while he is attending a ceremony where his son is getting an award at elementary school this morning. So that's very exciting for the Mathis family. They want to celebrate anytime Jack's getting an award and not getting suspended, right? No. Jack's a great kid. But I was teasing Joe last night that I was going to bring in Dr. Pepper Oreos and do the Oreo taste test like Joe likes to do with Dusty and James the gardener. And I sent him a picture of the Dr. Pepper Oreos, but he was quite easy to think, is that real? And I'm not sure either because I don't know, but it's been going around the last several days on the internet, the big joke about Dr. Pepper Oreos. Some people say it's fake. Some people say it's real. The picture, Joe, I didn't spot this, but it has like Japanese writing on it. So I don't know if they're only selling them in Japan. I don't know. I have no idea if they're real or fake, but it sounded kind of interesting to talk about the Oreos taste test that Joe likes to do on his show, Dr. Pepper Oreos. I'd try it. It sounds interesting to me. Sounds very interesting to me. Always interesting is Pam Pfister-Clark. She's the host of Wedding Planning with Pam. Let's find out what Pam has to say for us on this Friday.
Hi, I'm Pam Pfister-Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pam. I have the scoop on what you need to know about the options in wedding cake frosting. The traditional favorite, buttercream, is a mixture of butter and icing sugar, easy to flavor and color and very tasty. Fondant is made of sugar, water, and cream of tartar. It's also known as sugar paste. It has a beautiful, smooth, and silky look, but often doesn't taste all that great. It usually covers buttercream, so your guests may end up peeling off the less tasty fondant to get to the yummy buttercream. Ganache is made from chocolate and cream, and it's the fantasy of chocolate lovers everywhere. Marzipan is similar to fondant, but sweeter. Made from almond paste, icing sugar, and egg whites, it's great for making cake decorations like fake flowers or fruit. So that's the scoop on frostings. Need to trim the fat in your wedding cake costs? Item: square cakes feed more people than round cakes. A 14-inch round cake will serve 75 to 80 guests, while a 14-inch square cake will serve 80 to 100 guests. Item: if you fancy some pretty touches, keep them to the smallest top layer and just have the rest frosted in basic buttercream frosting with piping. Simple and elegant. My love note for today: while a breathtaking cake may be the dramatic centerpiece of your wedding reception, if it doesn't taste good, your guests will only remember it as a bad piece of cake.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
All right, Pam, you made me hungry now. I want wedding cake. I want wedding cake today. I love wedding cake. Can't wait to have some more wedding cake. And she's right. You do remember bad wedding cake. Oh, man, I've had a bad one. Woo! But bad wedding cake is not forgettable. But do enjoy good wedding cake. Thank you, Pam. Made me hungry for the rest of the day for wedding cake. Especially like birthday cake flavor. I don't know why, but I am hooked on birthday cake flavor. That's my favorite right now. You know, I've always been a fan of Jason Bateman. I loved him in the Ozark series that was on Netflix. And I'm excited to see this morning in entertainment news that Jason Bateman is coming back to Netflix with a new show. It's going to be a limited series starring Jude Law. And Netflix has greenlit that. And it's going to be called Black Rabbit, which has been in works for a couple of years since he wrapped up Ozark 2 years ago. And they describe what the show's about. I'm not really sure I understand this. It says the show will be about the owner of a New York City hotspot who, in quotes, opens the door to escalating dangers when he lets his brother back in his life. I don't know what to make of that. And by the title, Black Rabbit, escalating dangers, I don't know. I guess they go down a rabbit hole or some type, and who knows what trouble they get into. But Jason Bateman's going to be back. Always liked Jason. He's very talented and loved his Ozark show. And now he's going to be teaming up with Jude Law, and that's something to look forward coming to Netflix soon. So I can't wait for that. And I can't wait for the Wildcats to play. This is an exciting team, and I'm getting very excited about the Wildcats playing tonight. Texas A&M is our first opponent or victim when we play in the SEC tournament tonight at 7 o'clock on Z105 WRNZ. You'll be able to hear the Cats take on Texas A&M. So we can cheer on the Cats. Let's start the pep rally right now. Yeah, go Cats. Tonight, first game in the SEC tournament in Nashville. We'll have it for you on WRNZ. Our live coverage starts at 5:30 with Dave Baker. He'll be bringing in the pregame show. And then we'll get going with the actual game at 7 o'clock. And I can't wait. Very exciting season after the last couple of years have not been fun to watch. No. But this is exciting. What a great team. Look forward to tonight. And if they win, they'll play tomorrow afternoon. And then if they win again, they'll play on Sunday afternoon. And all will be right in Big Blue Land. And talking about sports, let's head on over. Steve Bertram is ready to go and give us an update on the sports world in Central Kentucky. Hello, Steve Bertram.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. In the girls' Sweet 16 last night, Region 12 champion Danville Christian Academy played hard, but came up short, falling to Cooper 65-63. DCA was up by as many as 10 in the opening quarter, but was hit by foul trouble and trailed by 3 at the half. The Lady Warriors trailed by 13 in the second half, but got within 1 after a 9-0 run in the final period. Grace Bourgois led DCA with 34 points and 14 rebounds. Danville Christian ends the year at 29-3. Today is quarterfinal day at the girls' Sweet 16 in Rupp. This morning at 11, Bowling Green versus McCracken County, followed by Franklin County versus Butler. Tonight at 6, Bethlehem meets Henderson County, followed by Sacred Heart versus Cooper. The semifinals are tomorrow. The SEC quarterfinals are set for today in Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. 2-seed Kentucky takes on Texas A&M tonight. Our pregame show started at 5:30. Tip-offs at 7 for Kentucky and Texas A&M tonight on Z105. If the Cats win, they'll meet 3-seed Alabama or 6-seed Florida around 3:30 Saturday on Z105. In the SEC tournament yesterday, it was Texas A&M 80, Ole Miss 71, Florida 85, Georgia 80, South Carolina 80, Arkansas 66, and Mississippi State 70, LSU 60. In Conference USA, Western Kentucky down New Mexico State 89-69 in the quarterfinals. Transylvania lost to top-ranked NYU last night 57-42 in the NCAA D3 semifinals. It ended Transy's 64-game winning streak. NASCAR is running this weekend at Bristol on Hometown Radio. Join us for the Food City Cup race Sunday, airtime at 2:30 on WHIR-FM 1039. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Boyle County Health Department, preventative care for a better future. The Boyle County Health Department is located at 448 South 3rd Street in Danville, Kentucky. We are open Monday through Friday with operating hours of Monday 8 to 5:30, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 8 to 4:30, Friday 8 to 3. Check out our webpage at boylehealth.com, and they can also be found on Facebook. Clinic hours by appointment or walk-in.
The Boyle County Health Department, 859-236-2053.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by
Howard Carpenter Floor Outlet in Harrodsburg, specializing in discount waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood tile, and carpet remnants. Need to spruce up the house this weekend? Head on over to Howard Carpenter Floor Outlet in Harrodsburg. Shop and save on all types of flooring in Harrodsburg at 540 North College Street. Weather today, it's cloudy, high near 65, but there is a threat of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today. And then tonight, we do have a slight chance of showers early in the evening tonight, but low tonight around 41. Tomorrow, nice day, sunshine all day throughout the weekend. Nice Saturday. That's going to be nice. High near 65, so should be very pleasant tomorrow afternoon. Sunday, mostly sunny. Still a nice day. Not as warm, though, 56 degrees. And overnight, Sunday night, going to dip down near below freezing, a low of 30. Whew. I thought we were done with winter, but it's still time to come around. You know, it always could snow on opening day, and baseball starts in a couple weeks. So who knows whether this time of year we get a little mixture of all the seasons. And Monday, mostly sunny and a high near 43. Not going to warm up much. It's going to seem bitterly cold after we just had a 75-degree day yesterday. Right now, we're at 56 degrees. I'm Robert Wagner filling in on the Joe Mathis Show this morning. As Joe gets to slip out, I was glad to fill in for him as he could attend his son's award ceremony at the elementary school today. Saw an interesting story today that made me laugh. McDonald's in Japan was kind of having some fun and telling everybody on social media about this new French fries perfume. No, it's not happening. They were just kidding. No, they were having some fun and got some people excited. They were going to have classic salted fries scent, seaweed fry scent, and garlic fry scent. Ooh, garlic fries scent to perfume. Okay. Well, anyway, they're really struggling now. They have to really tell people they aren't selling French fry perfume. I can't believe they would even think this is a funny idea. But anyway, apparently it's a problem. People are really wanting these limited flavored fry products. And they want the flavors and want to know if they can buy the perfume in Japan. Must be a slow day. Must be a slow day over in Japan, looking for something new that they need to have garlic fry perfume. I like garlic fries, but I don't know if I want perfume walking around smelling that. Yeah, that strikes me funny. Just like Dr. Pepper Oreos. We don't know if that's true or not, if that's a joke, if that's from Japan. Somebody made up a big joke, but that was wandering through the internet this week, too. I have to do some more research on that and see if that's on social media, if that's really real or not. But McDonald's says they are not selling French fry perfume. So if you go through the drive-thru, you cannot ask for any perfume, yet alone garlic fries, seaweed fries. But they do have the classic salted fries, so you'll get to smell that when you pick that up if you're driving through the McDonald's drive-thru. So very interesting dilemma over there in Japan. They got to make sure everybody knows there are no McDonald's scented perfume that smells like fries. What if there was now?
Truth is more than a concept. It is what makes us different. Truth is where we start and where we finish. It is our curriculum and our extracurricular. It makes us a community, one that leads through serving. If you are looking for academic excellence in a Christ-centered environment, opportunity is closer than you may think. It is easy for you to join our community, Danville Christian Academy, engaging the truth, empowering the future.
New Jeeps cost less at Bob Allen Motor Mall. During the Jeep Celebration event, lease a new 23 Jeep Gladiator Sport S for only $299 per month for 36 months. $83.84 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 7,500 miles per year. Stock C23613. Must have trade to qualify. Bob Allen, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com. Bob Allen Motor Mall, home of tires at cost.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Yes, you must always be ready for whatever the weather may bring. Rough day yesterday in our country. Several tornadoes in Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio. Our prayers go out to all those folks who are dealing with the cleanup and the tragedy of some lives lost. And definitely, that's going to be a hard one to overcome. So we wish them the best as they work through that situation. A rough day yesterday for parts of our country. Again, tornado weather can pop out anytime. It is now tornado season. Let's get an update now on consumer and business news. Here's a report from NBC.
Former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin is putting together a bid to buy TikTok. He told CNBC Thursday that he is building an investor group to acquire the popular video app from ByteDance. This comes after the House voted Wednesday to approve a bill that would force the China-based company to sell TikTok or have the app banned in the U.S. Mnuchin said he thinks the legislation should pass and that TikTok should be owned by a U.S. business. He added, "There's no way that the Chinese would ever let a U.S. company own something like this in China." Meanwhile, China is warning the U.S. that a ban on TikTok will backfire. The comments came from China's foreign ministry during a news conference Wednesday after the controversial bill in the U.S. House of Representatives was passed, which would force the Chinese company to sell the video app to an American company. A foreign ministry spokesperson called the bill an act of bullying and said even though the U.S. has not found evidence of how TikTok endangers its national security, it has never stopped going after TikTok. The spokesperson said the bill would eventually backfire on the U.S. itself. Microsoft is moving to a single app for Teams that will allow you to easily switch between personal and work accounts. Silvana Anau reports.
The new version, which is currently being tested, will roll out to commercial users next month. In future updates, you'll also be able to choose the account you want to use when joining a meeting link or even join a meeting without having to sign in. Microsoft says the changes stem from feedback it got from users who prefer a single Teams app.
Spending at retailers is rebounding while gas prices are on the rise. Retail sales at stores in the U.S. were up 0.6% in February from the previous month. That's up from January's over 1% decline, according to the Commerce Department. But sales last month were up across most categories, mostly at home improvement stores, where they jumped about 2%. Consumer and business news, Aaron Real, NBC News Radio.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Hey, it's almost 9 o'clock here on WHIR. Wanted to remind you to sign up for the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. Today's the day. You got to sign up at Big Deals online store. Go to hometownlive.net and sign up to win breakfast for 25 folks at your office. We're giving it away today, so doing that later on. So you still got time to sneak in and win.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Severe weather took a toll on a number of states Thursday with reports of tornadoes in Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio. Mayor Bob McCoy of Winchester, Indiana, about 90 miles northeast of Indianapolis, says he was stunned by how quickly disaster unfolded in the area.
I heard what sounded like a train. And then I started hearing sirens and things like that. And then my wife had got a text from a friend that she lives in Indy and her parents live down the road and their house was gone.
There were earlier reports of at least 3 deaths in Indiana, but officials are now saying that may not be the case and the toll could be lower. At the same time, they acknowledge that some people could still be trapped inside buildings. House Speaker Mike Johnson is lashing out at Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer over his comments yesterday on Israel. Schumer, from the Senate floor, called Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu an obstacle to peace in the Israel-Hamas war and called for new elections in the country. Johnson said the statements were highly inappropriate and just plain wrong. A former South Carolina senator and ex-chairman of the Charleston County GOP is charged with a hit and run. Details from Thomas Cage.
According to jail records, former South Carolina Senator John Kuhn was arrested on Thursday morning after being involved in an alleged hit and run in Charleston. After the collision, a vehicle allegedly driven by Kuhn appeared to strike a pedestrian who witnessed the accident. Kuhn was charged with hit and run resulting in property damage and improper passing. He was released less than 4 hours after being booked on a $10,232 personal recognizance bond.
A super PAC supporting Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is shelling out big money for advertisements. On Thursday, the super PAC American Values 2024 announced they plan to spend at least $10 million on ads leading up to November. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It's tax time, and there are a number of ways you can save tax dollars through charitable donations. Kristen Marks reports.
Neil Frankel, a New York City-based CPA with his own practice, suggests bunching what you donate to charity every 2 years, adding that most people don't know that's an option.
Try to bunch your charities in 1 year. So give a lot in 2024 and then maybe a little in 2025 because you'll get a much higher deduction.
He says most taxpayers also don't know that you can deduct charitable travel.
So, I mean, if you're going to do a charitable event up in Syracuse, New York, you live in New York City, you can take 14 cents a mile, okay, on your car, okay, plus parking and tolls.
Frankel reminds people that non-cash charities like clothing and appliances are deductible, but if they're over $5,000, you'll need receipts or an appraisal, although you can't get an appraisal for items like pots and pans.
And the IRS is actually very, very nice and sympathetic. So if you have most of what they want, you're going to get the deduction.
I'm Kristen Marks.
Best Buy is recalling over 287,000 air fryers over fire, burn, and laceration risks. Trey Thomas with more.
The retailer recalled models of the Insignia air fryers and Insignia air fryer ovens after it says it received 24 reports of overheating, melting, or glass shattering, including multiple complaints of air fryers catching fire. I'm Trey Thomas.
Actor Alec Baldwin says the Rust manslaughter case against him should be dropped. In 2021, cinematographer Helena Hutchins died after Alec Baldwin's gun went off on set, although the actor claims he never pulled the trigger. In new legal documents, Baldwin says grand jury process in the case was rigged. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
What do we have from Joe Biden? Oh, let me put forward a $7.3 trillion budget. Do you not realize how bad this is? That we're going to be at 150% of GDP, which is unsustainable. We can't survive as a country with numbers that bad. The U.S. national debt could quickly reach 130% of GDP, shooting well past $50 trillion. Let me tell you, it may sound good on paper if you're not part of the wealthy, but every corporation that they raise taxes on, every rich person they raise taxes on, that's less money they're going to be spending and investing. That's going to benefit all of us and create jobs and goods and services at prices that we can actually afford and that we want, need, and desire.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Ephraim McDowell Health Community Services, along with the Ephraim McDowell Healthcare Foundation, is working to raise awareness of the dangers of colon cancer and the importance that regular screenings can play in early detection. They'll do that with their free take-home colon cancer screening kits that you can pick up now. They are for anyone over the age of 45 who's not had a screening in the last 12 months. They'll be available for pickup at multiple Ephraim locations in Danville, Harrodsburg, Lancaster, Liberty, Springfield, and Stanford, but supplies are limited. They're available today through April the 11th. Atmos Energy's project to replace pipes in the Danville area begins today. The project will see Atmos replace bare steel pipes with new high-density polyethylene pipes, or HDPE. Atmos will replace over 8,000 feet of bare steel with those new pipes, as well as 141 service lines. Those are the lines that go from the street to the meter. There will be multiple streets that will have projects done on them, including US 127, Sunset Drive, Hillcrest, Park Lawn, Cross Hill, Alton Road, Boyd Street, Vinson Road, and Craig Road. Atmos projects the $820,000 project should conclude sometime in September. Mercer County Transformation is offering what they're calling compassionate rides. These rides are safe and free transportation for families that have been impacted by substance abuse, including rides to doctor's appointments. The service is the newest offered by Mercer Transformation and is being funded by the Mercer County Fiscal Court, which is using opioid settlement funds to pay for it. The subject of having the state regulate vaping products was heard in the State House. Keith West has the details on House Bill 11.
House Bill 11 would bring state law in line with the FDA regulations on vaping products, especially when it comes to selling those products to minors. The bill's sponsor, Representative Rebecca Raymer of House District 15, explains.
So what House Bill 11 will do is impose penalties for retailers selling to those under the age of 21 and penalties for selling those products that the FDA says is unauthorized.
But some lawmakers believe the bill goes too far in restricting the products that adults also enjoy and would affect mom and pop businesses who abide by the law and only sell to adults. Representative Daniel Grossberg of Louisville explains his no vote.
So I ask that we vote no on this and we come back together next year and address the real problems, flavoring and marketing that target our kids.
Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
The bill did, however, pass the House and now heads to the Senate for consideration. I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Our weather is brought to you by ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is on the way. They provide 24-hour emergency service for residential and commercial customers. If you need them today, call them at 859-519-6362. And our weather today is going to be cloudy today. Right now, showers and thunderstorms are kind of moving out of the area. They're more closer to Somerset, London, heading over to Hazard and Pikeville. But they could reappear. There's a chance today throughout the day of showers and thunderstorms. And tonight, we're going to see a partly cloudy night, low around 41. But today's high, 65, not bad. But, again, we could have showers and thunderstorms. Saturday's going to be a beautiful day. High near 65 with lots of sunshine. Going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Sunday, sunny with a high near 56. Looking at Monday, though, going to be a little bit chilly. Mostly sunny and a high near 43. Right now, we're at 57. Moved up a degree. Yay, party time. And with us right now, we've got a special guest on the Joe Show. I'm Robert Wagner, filling in for Joe Mathis. We get to welcome in Lakin Francis. Hello, good morning, Lakin.
Good morning.
Welcome. You're getting to come by and join us and talk to us about Walker's Trail Senior Living.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
And you're part of guest relations.
Mm-hmm.
One of the smiling face everybody gets to see when they walk in.
Yes. Chances are whenever you walk into Walker's Trail or when you give us a call, I'm the one sitting right there at the front or I'm the one answering the phone. So typically you'll see me first thing whenever you come in. I'm super easy to find.
Well, tell us, Lakin, what is the next big thing going on at Walker's Trail Senior Living over there on the bypass in Danville?
I think our next thing, I'll have to pull up the date here. We're doing a paint party. We did one last month for Valentine's Day. It was like a paint and sip, and we did like it was like a guided canvas. But we had some people ask us if we could do like a door hanger thing. So I believe it's April 9th. I think that's right. I can get the exact date, obviously. But it'll be fun. It's like a paint party open to the public. We ask that you just call an RSVP so that we have enough supplies. But we're going to be painting like a custom spring door hanger. So whether that be like for Easter, well, actually Easter already be over, but whatever kind of, what kind of springy thing you want. And like kind of like a wreath, so it'll be super fun and our residents will be there. So.
Oh, awesome. So that's really cool that you invite the public in. They come in and have a nice evening, and all the residents get to come in too.
Yeah. So we send our residents the same invite that we send out to the public, so they have just as much as a chance to come out. And it's a good chance if you kind of want to get a feel for what a normal day at our campus looks like, kind of, what we're about. Come in and do an event with us and get to meet some of our people. And it's just a good way to get introduced to our campus.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I also know that you have a very popular event coming up. Not only do you have bingo twice a week, but then once a month you do this mega bingo.
Yes,
Tell us about that.
So our regular bingo is twice a week, and it's at 10:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's also always open to you. But we do mega bingo the first Friday of every month at 10 a.m. And it always has a different sponsor. So, they'll bring in prizes, they'll call numbers. It's usually like big baskets of stuff. They try to like theme it around whatever holiday. Like fun little themed kind of baskets. And it's big too. It's the same deal. Like we'll bring in our residents. We do it in our dining room. So as soon as you walk in, you're there. And it's super fun. So.
Now, do you play all different types of bingo? Like
we
coverall, four
coverall,
corners.
Yeah, all of them. So I actually didn't know that was a thing until I started volunteering at Walker's Trail, and I quickly learned that you cannot just play regular bingo, and it's vitally important that we play all the different kinds.
How long does that go for?
Mega bingo's from 10 to 11. So it's about an hour, give or take. Our normal bingo is about an hour and a half or so. We can sit and play bingo forever.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, probably nobody wants to leave.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Have a good time. Very cool, very cool. Well, we're talking about things going on at Walker's Trail in Danville, the Senior Living Center on the bypass next to Stuart Powell. And we're going to be back with more as we're talking with Lakin here on WHIR, FM 103.9 and AM 1230.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, we strive to help our customers achieve optimal health. From our high-quality collagen proteins to our immune system support vitamins, we are here to help you and your family stay healthy all throughout the year. We provide locally raised, free-range meats, eggs, and fresh milk and organic produce boxes delivered weekly. Your locally owned Danville Nutrition Center is here to serve you. Visit us at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal. Beautiful morning. Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long. Beautiful morning. No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time.
Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. It's tax time again, and you already know H&R Block does taxes, but what you may not know is that H&R Block offers help in person or virtually. Plus, at the family-owned and operated Danville office, our tax pros average 23 years of experience. You can even request to work with the same tax pro every year, and your biggest refund is always guaranteed. No one offers more ways to help you with your taxes. So come see us at 216 Brent Avenue in Danville or give us a call at 859-236-3281.
It's a championship roster of incredible new Kias only at Cartown Kia. New 2024 Kia Telluride, just $449 down and $449 a month. Or the 2024 Seltos, just $299 down and $299 a month. Or the 2024 Kia Forte, just $179 down and $179 a month. Shop Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2024 Kia Telluride, $449 per month, $1340 with signing. 2024 Kia Seltos, $299 per month, $980 with signing. 2024 Kia Forte, $179 per month, $1260 with signing. 36 monthly, 10,000 miles per year plus tax, title, license, document acquisition fees, and approved credit. No security deposit required. All incentives to dealer price and output dealer at an option. See dealer for details. Offer expires March 31st, 2024.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Back here on the Joe Show, it's 9:18. I'm Robert Wagner, filling in for Joe Mathis today. He slipped out early to go to be at his son's award ceremony at the Mathis household. I'm glad he could celebrate his son receiving an award in elementary school. He's very excited about that, and because you don't know when it's going to happen again. Joe teases a lot about things that Jack does, and it's very exciting. So I'm honored to fill in, and very special day for Lakin, who is here with us, Lakin Francis. She's part of the Walker's Trail Senior Livings and here in Danville. And, Lakin, we have to take a time out here from talking about the Senior Center.
Yes.
Today's your last day of technically being Francis, maybe a few more hours tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow's your wedding. Wow.
Yes,
Congratulations.
yes,
Yay.
you.
How exciting. You'll be a Mattingly in 24 hours?
Yeah, give or take.
Almost a little bit longer than that. and I am impressed with how calm you are.
Thank you.
It is very impressive. You look like you've got everything under control.
I'm doing my best, for sure.
You're doing well, and you're putting on a big party tomorrow.
Yes.
So congratulations to you and your fiance.
Yeah.
Very excited, and the weather looks great.
Yes,
Everything's
I'm
coming
so
together. You got all the last minute things battened down, and And I know we talked months ago about this day coming. I happened to fill in on the same time with Joe, and you mentioned it. And I was like, that seems so far away. And now here it is tomorrow.
Right.
Oh, very exciting, very exciting. Brings back a lot of memories when my kids got married. So happy day for you tomorrow, and very nice of you to come in and be calm.
Yes, yes.
Catch your breath here. Maybe this will help break in to give you some.
It's a break.
A break from the insanity of preparing for a wedding, and but you're gonna have a special day tomorrow.
Yes,
very excited
we
for
will.
you, and that's very cool. Well, and at Walker's Trail Senior Living Center, you are family.
Absolutely.
When you're there,
Yeah.
lots of folks.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures. I've heard conversations you've had with Joe over the past few months, and it just sounds like a fun place to come and and where people can enjoy their senior years of living.
Right. And most of our residents live there for a long term. So obviously they're making best friends, and we get to know them so well. Our nurses, we love all of our residents so much. They're there forever, and we do everything with them all day, every day. So it's absolutely not a downgrade from being at home. It kind of gives you a second chance to get out and be friends with everybody. So we have absolutely so much fun. That's what kept me around. I started volunteering at Walker's Trail, and I never really left because I just got so attached to everybody and realized that I wouldn't like to not see these people every day. So we just have so much fun together, and, it's hard not to love them. So
I'm sure you hear a lot of stories of folks talking about things they did in their lifetime.
Yeah, definitely. Tons of marriage advice.
I was
going to
say, I bet you everybody's been giving you their secret to a successful marriage.
They have, and I mean, most of the time, it's really not anything you wouldn't have thought of. It's usually not a secret at all. It'll just be like, the most basic thing ever, but they're going to tell me every single day. So, it's like having 60 grandparents, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Can never have enough, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's neat that you have that great relationship with the community, and you actually said something that really made me really neat to talk about here. You can't imagine not being there.
No, I really can't. And it's funny how I came along. I was so my senior year of high school, I started a group. We started volunteering there. And it was actually last Valentine's Day. It was a little better than a year ago. And we would come in about once a week, twice a week, every other week, whatever. And then I never really left. And I took a job in activities last summer, and I never got away. So, and then I took this position, it seems like in November. So I've been there nearly, with my volunteering time, I've been there over a year now. And I don't even know. Like, I just showed up one day, and then I never left. So I guess it just worked out. But, yeah.
Isn't that cool? You find your place in the world.
Right.
I just kind of, not by accident, but it came
just happened.
about.
Yeah, right. So.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's really important to make when especially if you're a son or daughter and your mom and dad's at a place, you want to know it's at people that want to be there.
Right.
Really want to be there and
people
care.
that know them and people, you know. So that's important that it's the same people showing up for them every day. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very nice, very nice. Now, we've talked about you have the paint, I forget the name of it.
It's a paint party. We had a sip and paint last time, but it's kind of,
A paint party coming up. Bingo's going on, mega bingo. And so you got lots of activities. Of course, you help people with their health issues if they need medical treatments and that. You got ways to do that, and you could chauffeur people around. But I always think that always comes back to, how's the food?
The food's so good. Oh my gosh. Everybody absolutely loves our food. All the staff eats lunch there pretty much every single day. Like yesterday for lunch, we had like a buffet that was like salad bar and loaded baked potato bar. So, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with that. But, I mean, we have such a great chef, and she does such a good job. Food is so good there. And it's kind of a problem for all of us, honestly. But, yes.
And especially when they're cooking 3 meals a day.
Right. We can't escape it.
You can't hide from it.
Right.
And now, what's on your menu for tomorrow at your wedding?
Actually, we're doing because it's earlier in the day, so we're doing grazing tables. So it's just a bunch of little appetizers and stuff. So kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But I figured that would be the easier way to please people and not have to, So that's made me not have to chase people down for RSVPs. It's kind of fine. Whoever shows up, shows up. So I would recommend that to anybody. That's been so much easier than a full dinner.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Plus, that gives people to interact too.
Right.
You're not just stuck at a table.
Yes.
They get out
You're
and
chit-chatting.
mingle around.
Yes.
And that's cool. Well, it sounds fun.
Yeah.
And it sounds like a great day today. What's your last minute thing you got on your mind today?
I realized that I don't have candles. I'm putting I wanted to put candles in the windowsills of the sanctuary, and I have all the vases, the votives to put them in, but there's no candles. So it's just empty vases. So that's my mission today. Go buy a bunch of candles. Yeah.
Go buy and get some candles.
Yes,
yeah.
Definitely. Not sure what I was thinking there, but
well, you'll think of 2 more things before the day's over.
Right.
And then tomorrow morning while you're getting your hair done, you'll think of 5 more things. You're like, oh, I wanted to do this. I forgot about that.
Yes.
You'll be making calls, texting.
But it'll be okay.
It'll be
okay.
Yeah. A very special day, and it's really cool that you came by today.
Yeah.
I think that's very nice. So, Lakin, your last day is a Francis. So, we get to mention that one more time.
Yes. Make sure they know.
and you'll be when you come back to work, you'll be a different person then.
Well, I mean, kind of.
Well, anyway, it's very exciting, and it's very cool. And if you want to learn more about Walker's Trail Senior Living, what should folks do?
You can always give us a call. Typically, I'm the one to answer. Obviously, I won't be there next week, but you can give us a call at 859-236-5383. And somebody will answer. We'll get you in for a tour. You can also walk in for a tour. We'd love to just sit and talk to you about whatever you're needing.
Are weekends a popular time for tours? A lot of people.
Honestly, not as much as you would think. We can do a weekend tour. We don't have a lot of office staff in there as late on the weekends, but there is people there in the mornings. So if you wanted to come in for a tour on a Saturday or Sunday, I would probably go before 1 o'clock. But we can always get you in through the week. So
cool. Yeah. When you take a tour, what are some of the things that people would see?
So I usually will sit down and talk first about kind of what you think you're needing, your whole situation. I'll get a better idea for what you guys are thinking. And then we usually start in our dining room because it's just the first place whenever you walk in. So we'll look at our dining room, our bistro, activities. We'll make a full lap around the building. We look at a room, a model room to see what your room would look like. So pretty much the whole building, everything that you would need, we look over that. So.
How much do people move in? Do they bring with them when they downsize into your facility?
Well, it depends on the kind of room. We have a few different sizes of rooms that they get, but typically people have room for a recliner or a love seat, whatever, their TV, dresser, bed. It's basically like an apartment. So, I mean, some people downsize more than others, and a lot of people bring all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of up to you. But
some people are pack rats,
right? They're like, I'm going to bring everything, but
My mom teases me. She said, "Oh, I feel so sorry for you when you have to help me downsize."
Right. And some people are like that, but
a lot of stuff gets accumulated in our lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we have a lot of memories, and things are fond that bring back good memories. And we like to have them around. Now, do you have a number of people? Anybody that's like a couple? Do you have?
We have several couples. We can absolutely do that. We have several couples that live in the same room, couples that live in different rooms. It's just kind of whatever the situation is. But we can absolutely do that.
Yeah, wow, that's great. So very flexible place. Learn more if you're in need of their services at Walker's Trail Senior Living. And it's been a real pleasure to talk with you, Lakin, today. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely.
And again, congratulations tomorrow on your wedding. Yeah. And look forward to when you return next time here on WHIR. So have a great day tomorrow. I won't keep you any longer because you got to get those candles.
Yes, got to get those candles.
Been a lot of fun, and thank you for slipping on by. I'm Robert Wagner filling in for Joe Mathis today. Joe is standing by. He has returned. We'll get a full report if the award ceremony that his son was at, everything went well, and he'll be joining us here after the bottom hour news when we hear from Kentucky Sports. KNN News will be coming up and joining us here on WHIR. So remember tonight the Cats play at 7 o'clock on WRNZ. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. Our pregame coverage starts at 5:30. So we'll be looking forward to the Wildcats back on the court and in Nashville for the SEC tournament. It'll be a fun time tonight, and looking for a big win against Texas A&M, and then they'll have a battle Saturday and Sunday. Wouldn't it be exciting if they won the SEC tournament? It seems like it's been forever since they've won that tournament. So we're looking forward to that. Right now, coming up, it's news time here on WHIR.
News Network. A controversial crime bill advances in the General Assembly. Paul Miles with the report.
The Senate Judiciary Committee passed House Bill 5, the so-called Safer Kentucky Act. The legislation would impose tougher sentences for certain crimes, including a 3 strikes penalty for felons who commit a third violent offense. Republican Senator Philip Wheeler voting yes on the bill.
We do have a crime problem in Kentucky, and I think this bill will go a long way to address it by a multilateral approach.
Opposing the measure is Democratic Senator Karen Berg.
If you think we are going to incarcerate our way out of this problem, you are wrong.
The bill now goes to the full Senate for consideration. I'm Paul Miles.
A motion has been filed in criminal court to combine the cases of the 3 defendants in the Crystal Rogers murder trial. Brooks Houck is charged with the murder of Crystal Rogers, who disappeared in 2015. Father and son Stephen and Joseph Lawson are facing charges including conspiracy to commit murder. All 3 have asked for a change of venue in the case. The motion is expected to be addressed in court on Thursday. A truck driver is looking at charges after allegedly brake-checking a school bus full of kids. Police investigated an incident in Madison County on February 13th where the driver of a semi-truck brake-checked a Berea Independent School bus with students on board. The incident happened in the evening on I-75, and Noah Davenport has been arrested for road rage for the incident, which put students' lives in risk. Davenport surrendered to authorities on Monday. I'm Lee Mowen. This is the Kentucky News Network.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for health care can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. double. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
Hi, this is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More next door to Ace Hardware in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check out our tax refund sale. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Get up to 35% off. We offer a layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit. Come see Aunt Nana. You'll be glad you did.
Thanks, girls. You're right. It is tax rebate time. Where are you going to spend yours? How about Mattresses and More? More than a mattress store. Located in Danville, Southland Plaza.
This is how we doing it with this Chrysler of Lawrenceburg. In 2024, they are making deals real. With their educated personal staff, they make shopping fun and buying easy.
Do you want a newer vehicle? Want a truck for under $25,000? Need your vehicle service? Needing a place that's going to treat you right? Well, Withers is the way. Check them out, Chrysler of Lawrenceburg.
This is one place I will not pass on deals with wheels for the 2024.
Are you considering starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean. Come on, Boyle County, reduce, reuse, recycle. Let's work together to keep our county beautiful. Load your car, trailer, or pickup truck. Our recycling center will sort your stuff. Don't just throw it away when you can recycle it today. Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends over at ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. Call them 859-519-6382. That's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. All right, rain showers and thunderstorms are likely today. A high today of 65, a low tonight 41. Sunshine tomorrow 65, mostly sunny Sunday, and a high of 56. I'm back, and so is Brian Bailey with McClure, and Bailey for our Friday morning segment.
The following is a paid program.
And me and Brian kind of arrived at the same time. I arrived just like a minute or two before Brian walked in this morning. I was seeing my son get an award at his elementary school, and he got the music award.
And so tell me, what is that like for playing, singing, or?
I think I don't know what they do in music class, but maybe he's just like, he loves music. Okay. So loves listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers with me. He loves a good, strong guitar solo. All right. And good piano solos, too, and songs. So, like, he'll shred the air guitar. He loves listening to the Allman Brothers and, like, jam bands and stuff like that. So, sweet. Yeah, he just, I don't know what it, like, maybe he just knows the instruments, or he has a good tone or tune when he sings or whatever. I don't know, but.
Well, it sounds like you're bringing him up right. You know, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. That's going to show my age here, but we used to like Lenny Kravitz before anybody knew who Lenny Kravitz was.
Right. Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
You know, those guys. I never really did, which they came a little bit after my time, but I got into like grunge later. So all the Seattle bands.
I love Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's one of my favorites.
I love them all now, but I was more because I went to college and I graduated high school in '88, so I was late '80s, early '90s, and grunge didn't really come around until I was already out of college and having kids.
So. Now, so are you Nirvana or Pearl Jam? I know you can like them both, but you feel like you kind of have to pick one or the other. Which one do you like better?
I think I like Pearl Jam better.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think I do.
Appreciate that.
I mean, I like...
This is why Brian needs to be your attorney. I mean, he's got a great taste in music.
I have a great taste in music.
I mean, at least you can come in and you all can start talking music and icebreaker right off the bat there.
That's right. And I will never forget my con law professor. God love him. He actually was a Army JAG. He did 25 years in the Army. He did the first 10 years in the cavalry, which is now what they call the tank brigades, and then went to law school and switched over and did his last 15 years as an Army JAG.
Yeah.
And love that guy. But I can't even remember which con law class it was, but he started the con law class with Eddie Vedder, an Eddie Vedder song. And then one time, because we were studying the voodoo cases out of Florida, came in and he after we got going, he'd always give us a chance of, who do you think I'm going to play this week?
If it's Voodoo, is it Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix?
Close.
Okay.
They have a song called Santeria.
Who, Pearl Jam does?
No, Sublime.
Oh, okay.
So he starts the class with Sublime, and I'm like, you know what?
I haven't heard of Sublime in a long time. You brought up a band I've not thought about in a long time.
Well, they have a song called Santeria.
Well, okay,
so
well, I'll tell you what. Does it have any language in it? I can't play the whole thing.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so coming back from the next commercial break, we'll play, what's it called, Santeria? Santeria by Sublime. That'll be our bump music coming back from the next commercial break.
All right.
In honor of your that's me.
John Vickers.
Your comm law.
My constitutional law professor.
Constitutional law.
John
I thought
Vickers.
you said comm, like communications. I was thinking broadcast communication. That's why I got broadcast. Okay, con law, constitutional law. Okay. So shout out to him.
All right.
Hey, Brian, you came in and said you had an interesting incident. I guess it was a couple days ago or last night or something, and you wanted to talk about it today.
I do. I just kind of a public service announcement to everybody out there. I've had a family member that got scammed by these, or fortunately we were able to stop it, but was in the process of getting scammed by these people that call and tell you that the Federal Trade Commission or the SEC or the FBI or whatever scary alphabet soup of the federal government they can hit you with, that you're on their radar and that they're coming to get you and that you need to go to Kroger and get a bunch of gift cards and call these people and give them the gift card numbers. So in this particular case, here's what happened. Another family member called me and said, hey, so-and-so's about to walk out the door. She just came out of her bedroom and said, hey, I got to run to Kroger real quick. It's not our Kroger run day.
Okay, so that was red flag number one, so to say.
Red flag number one. Said, put me on speakerphone and said, hey, you need to talk to this person. And I said, okay. I said, tell me what's going on. And they said, well, I got this email. It said it was from the Federal Trade Commission that my bank accounts had been compromised and that, I needed to go to Kroger and get some gift cards and put all my money on these gift cards and call them back with the numbers because the Federal Trade Commission was going to hold on to my money for a couple of days just to protect it.
Mm.
I was like, I can't use the expletives on the radio. Let's just say it was blank no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, blank no. We're not doing that.
Yeah. So you caught it in time before.
Caught it in time.
All right.
Before they did
the purchase was made.
Before the purchase was made. And then as we're going on this conversation, they say to me, they also said that they had some proof that I'd been on the dark web visiting child pornography sites. And I was like, stop. Wait a minute. If the federal government thought that you were on child porn sites, you and I would not be having this conversation.
No, yeah.
I would be having this conversation with an FBI agent and trying to get you out of jail.
Yes, your handcuffs are already behind your back at that point. They ain't going to ask you for Apple gift cards to get you out of the child pornography charges.
But here's the really scary part that I've realized. Two things. And I hate to sound jaded, but it's a hazard of my profession is I deal with a lot of less than scrupulous people.
Yeah.
People getting ripped off. I'm having to try to get their money back. Those types of things. And here's the thing that I want everybody out there to know. Two things. The federal government. Nobody from the federal government is ever going to call you on the phone. They're not going to send you an email unless you've emailed them first.
Mm-hmm.
They are not going to tell you to go get a bunch of gift cards. They're not going to say, hey, we've got your name on all these dark websites. Because seriously, if the FBI thinks that you're on all these dark websites, they're just going to show up at your house.
You're going to get a knock on the door, and there they are.
Yes.
They're not letting you know they're coming.
Yeah, they're not doing that. So you've really got to be careful. And here's the problem. I said with this conversation with this person, and they're an older person in my family. And I know I sound jaded here, but it basically ended the conversation with this. This is not the world you grew up in. This is not even the world I grew up in. These people are out to take you. You've got to be careful. And I hate to sound negative and start our Friday on such a negative note, but you've got to be careful. Here's the other thing that this person on the phone said to him. They happen to mention, well, I have a family member that's a lawyer. Why don't I give them a call or have you call them? And here's what they said. Don't call your lawyer. Let me tell you something else. If anybody from the federal government ever says, don't call your lawyer, they're not from the federal government.
No, they're not.
I mean, they're not. They're just not. So here's my suggestions. You get a phone call like this. First off, you get an email like this, you don't respond. Just delete it. Just delete it. Don't respond. Don't do anything. Yeah. If you get a phone call, and here's what's the scary part, Joe. I don't know if you've gotten any of these, but literally I had a couple of months ago, somebody called and said, hey, I just got a phone call from the Junction City Police Department. I didn't get it, but, I went to call them back and they didn't answer, but, and then somebody called me back from the Junction City Police Department and said they had a warrant for my arrest and all this. Here's the really scary part, folks. One of the disadvantages of all of our technology is they can spoof phone numbers. Like, it will literally come up in your caller ID, Junction City Police Department, Boyle County. I had this a couple of months ago with a doctor friend of mine who moved here from Western Kentucky, was involved in a case in Western Kentucky where somebody had, they were a witness in a case. Somebody had, stolen a prescription pad, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Well, somebody out there got the phone number, spoofed the phone number, spoofed the deputy's address, spoofed the deputy's phone number, spoofed all of this, and called this person and said, hey, this is so-and-so. I've got a warrant for your arrest. You failed to appear for this court thing where you're a witness. And it all sounded legit. Now, fortunately, this doctor has me as a friend and said, hey, what do you think? I said, hold on, I'll call you back. I called the I don't know. It wasn't Paducah. It might have been Bowling Green. It was way out there. Warren County. That's where it was. I called and they said, "Yep, we're dealing with that right now. We can't figure out who this is. Yes, that's a legit deputy. Yes, that's his extension. Yes, that's his email address. Yes, that's his phone number. No, he didn't make these phone calls."
Wow.
So you've got to be really, really, really careful. And how do you know? Here's how you know. If you have a lawyer, say, hold on, let me conference in my lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, say, hold on.
Let me conference in my lawyer.
Let me conference in my lawyer.
Have one or not, just say those words.
And you will be amazed at how quickly the phone goes dead.
I've heard someone say, Brian, if someone's breaking into your house, all you got to do is have a shotgun and go, ch-ch. You don't even have to shoot the thing.
You don't have to
all the burglar has to hear is the ch-ch, and they're gone.
They're gone.
Same thing with this. This is the let me talk to my attorney is the ch-ch of that conversation. They bolt out of there. Never mind.
Yeah. And here's why I'm bringing it up this morning. This family member lives in Junction City. So this isn't
local. It's a Boyle County thing.
This isn't, like from where I grew up at back home in northern Illinois. Well, actually, I say back home. This is home, but where I grew up, northern Illinois. This person lives 5 miles from the station where we're sitting today. So this is happening
locally.
Folks, be careful. It's a scam. They're out to get your money. And here's the other thing, and I never thought I would, 20 years ago, I remember 2020 or one of those expose news shows doing this saying on older folks getting called and getting scammed, and I never thought that I would ever see that up close and personal. Those of you, check on your parents, check on your aunts and uncles, check on your grandparents. They grew up in a world that's different from ours, and they're way more trusting. And especially, here's what I've seen what they do with like grandparents and older folks. They'll call and say, hey, this is so-and-so from the Danville Police Department. I've got your son in custody, or I've got your grandson so-and-so in custody. His bond is $5,000. Police officers never going to call you and say what your bond is.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So, there you go. That's a little public service announcement from our good friends at McClure and Bailey. 236-8888 if you don't have an attorney and you want to have an attorney. 236-8888. Brian or Patrick would love to help you out there, McClure and Bailey. It's 9:48 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back and finish up the conversation on a McClure and Bailey Friday right after this. And I have not forgotten about Sublime, Brian. Got it queued up. We're playing it coming back from this next commercial break, okay?
Gotcha.
Now available at Farmers National Bank, free checking and a free gift. Simply open a new Farmers National Bank personal or business checking account and receive a free gift. Minimum required deposit is only $50. We make the process fast and easy. Call 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our 12 convenient locations. Farmers National Bank, with locations in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Perryville, Stanford, Liberty, and Middleburg. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wake up to a treat that's more than cereal.
Beautiful morning.
Big Deals Online Store is throwing a breakfast party. Break away from your boring breakfast routine with Wendy's new breakfast burrito. Visit hometownlive.net's Big Deals Online Store and click the link to enter the Wendy's Breakfast Bash giveaway. A scrumptious mix of breakfast burritos, seasoned fries, and more are up for grabs. You could win a Wendy's breakfast party for 25 people in your office from Wendy's and Hometown Radio Network. Enter now at hometownlive.net. Click on the Big Deals Online Store link. You'll feel sunny side up all day long.
Beautiful morning.
No purchase necessary to register. Sign up once a day to increase your odds to win. It's going to be a delicious good time. Sign up your office by this Friday to win.
It's a championship roster of incredible new Kias only at Cartown Kia. New 2024 Kia Telluride, just $449 down and $449 a month. Or the 2024 Seltos, just $299 down and $299 a month. Or the 2024 Kia Forte, just $179 down and $179 a month. Shop Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2024 Kia Telluride, $449 per month, $1304 with time. 2024 Kia Seltos, $299 per month, $980 with time. 2024 Kia Forte, $179 per month, $1262 with time. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax, title, license, document acquisition fees, and approved credit. No security deposit required. All sets to dealer price and approved dealer at an option. See dealer for details. Offer expires March 31st, 2024.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. UK basketball begins their run in the SEC tournament tonight. It's a 5:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip-off as UK takes on Texas A&M. The winner moves on to the SEC semifinals tomorrow. Meanwhile, high school baseball and softball starts up for the Hometown Radio Network next week. And on Tuesday, we'll have Gainesville and Mercer County baseball on 99.5 FM WHBN.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
There you go. Santeria by Sublime.
Santeria by Sublime.
Just take you back to your con law days?
It does.
Oh, I know this song. Oh, I know this one.
I knew you did.
Yes, this is clicking in my brain now. Awesome stuff. There you go. In honor of Jack winning the music award, here's the song Jack loves to hear. Sometimes he'll say, Dad, can you play the Clean It Up Johnny song? And what he means by that is the song Ready Made by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
Because during the middle of the song, right before the guitar riff, Anthony Kiedis, who is the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, says, Clean it up, Johnny! And then the guitar riff starts. So this is the song Jack loves to listen to.
Oh, clean it up, Johnny!
Yeah, right there. And Jack loves shredding the air guitar to that.
I love it.
So,
I
you
love
go.
it. Here's the thing about the Red Hot Chili Peppers that unless you really know, you don't know. They are probably the hardest working band in rock and roll, and they also work really hard to look like they're a bunch of slackers. But they are probably they're probably at 5 o'clock in the morning, those boys just work their tails off.
Yes, yeah, and I love bass guitar and love guitar riffs in general, and there's no better band to listen to for bass guitar than Red Hot Chili Peppers because they have Flea, one of the all-time great bass players ever.
Flea was my hero. You know,
he has a biography out now.
You probably don't know this. I started my undergrad in music.
Okay.
I was a bass player.
No, I didn't know that. Okay.
I love Flea.
You should bring the bass in one day and shred some lines for us, Brian.
I should, but I don't know that I've touched it in 10 years. It's just sitting in my closet, you know, like that old Eric Clapton song, or is it Kenny Rogers where the guitar's just in the corner, hasn't been touched in years. I think it's Clapton, My Guitar Gently Weeps, but it may be Kenny Rogers. There may be another.
Well, I know George Harrison wrote that song, right? The Beatles do it.
I think, yeah.
Because it's crazy. I talked about that earlier this morning. That was one of our random facts. How random is that you'd bring that up? While My Guitar Gently Weeps?
Yes.
The name of that song? George Harrison wrote that song because he told himself, I'm going to write a song based on the first words that I see when I open this random book on my parents' bookshelf. Picks out a random book, opens it up to a random page. The first words he sees are Gently Weeps.
Okay.
And so he writes, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, or whatever the name of that song. And that's how that song came to be.
That's phenomenal.
First done by the Beatles, and the only reason I know that is because it was my random fact earlier this morning. So it was meant to be that you bring that song up, Brian.
It was meant to be.
Yes. All right. Hey, let's go to Pulaski County real quickly. Interesting stuff going on. The Kentucky Supreme Court has ruled Pulaski County Circuit Court Clerk Joseph J.S. Flynn has got to go. He has been removed from office after hostile work environment accusations, sexual misconduct accusations, and harassment accusations. Brian, have you been paying attention? It's got to be pretty bad, I guess, for the Supreme Court to say, no, you're done. You got to go.
They issued their opinion yesterday, I think, removing him. They've declared the office vacant. I don't know what's going to happen this fall because I think he was the only person in the race. I think
he was unchallenged.
I think he was unchallenged. Everybody else that took the test didn't pass. That being said, I think there's a provision where the Chief Justice in that circuit is allowed to appoint a circuit clerk court to fill out the unexpired term. The question that I have, though, is what happens in the fall. I'm assuming he's going to get removed from the ballot.
Yeah, he won his term in 2018, was suspended with pay, I should say, in March of 2022. So he has not been working since March of 2022?
But he's been getting paid.
He's been getting paid.
It's a whole nother.
Not like a dream. Yeah. Not the situation he's in, but to get paid without having to work.
Well, and I read about halfway through the Supreme Court's opinion yesterday, and I basically had to stop because I got sickened. And I'll say this.
Some bad stuff. Huh?
And I'll say this. I don't know how any man, and my email is bailey@danvillekyattorney.com in case you want to call and email me and fuss at me.
All right.
But I don't know how any man in the post-Harvey Weinstein era thinks that he can behave that way and get away with it and act like it's okay. It's disgusting.
Wow.
And again, Bailey@DanvilleKYattorney.com. Send me all your hate emails. I'm not going to change my mind. It's disgusting. He's a disgrace to the office, and the best thing the Supreme Court could do was remove him.
Yeah. So here's the Kentucky Supreme Court's ruling. While Thursday's ruling removed Flynn from his office, his 6-year term was up this year. The Pulaski County Clerk's office says Flynn already filed to be on the November ballot, and he's also the only person to do so, like you said. So he's the only person that filed. In its ruling, it said, quote, "We hereby remove Flynn from the office of Pulaski Circuit Court Clerk for the remainder of his term. The office of Pulaski Circuit Court Clerk is declared vacant." The ruling did not explicitly bar him from seeking public office again. So what happens if he's reelected? WKYT answers the Kentucky Secretary of State's office says the Supreme Court could remove him again, or the General Assembly could take it up and impeach him if you happen to be reelected again.
And I'd be interesting to see what happens. And again, he'll probably get reelected, and then I'll never win a case again in Pulaski County. But that being said, it's just we need to hold our public servants to a higher standard. And I am thankful that the Supreme Court and that the administrative office of the courts have done what needs to be done to show that, you know what, we're not going to put up with that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that happened in Pulaski County yesterday as the Kentucky Supreme Court removed the circuit court clerk from Pulaski County from office. It even has his salary in the article. Made $122,000 a year.
Yeah.
So he was getting paid still while being suspended or whatever, removed from office with pay. Pretty nice salary.
Pretty nice
right
salary.
there for a guy who wasn't working at all. So we'll see if what kind of, you said they failed the test. What kind of test do you have to take to be a circuit court clerk?
There's a written test you have to take. I've never taken it. I don't know what questions are on it, but I know that to even get your name on the ballot, you have to have a certain level of proficiency in something. And I've never seen the test. I don't know what the questions are. I'm going to assume in, administrative things, maybe some computer skills, understanding how to file
What does
cases.
the circuit court clerk do?
The circuit court clerk is responsible for the court record in that circuit. So the circuit, they hold all the original files, all the original copies, although nowadays we file everything electronically, so they have a paper electronic copy, or a copy, you know what I'm saying, they have a paper file. But all of that, they are responsible for cataloging and logging all of that.
So does each county have their own circuit court clerk, or each just circuit?
No, each county has their own circuit court clerk.
Okay. So ours is Courtney Shoemaker,
Ours
right?
is Courtney Shoemaker,
Okay.
but we are in the 50th Circuit,
Yeah.
includes Mercer. So over there, it's Allison Buchanan. It's the
Right,
circuit
okay.
court
I
clerk over there.
recognize that name.
Down the circuit that contains Pulaski County also contains Rockcastle and Lincoln. So there's 3 circuit court clerks in that circuit, one for each county.
Brian Bailey, McClure Bailey, 236-8888 is the phone number to call in for McClure Bailey, your hometown team. Brian, appreciate you being on. You have a good, fun, and a safe weekend. We'll talk to you again next Friday, okay?
Thanks, Joe. You have a good one.
There you go. There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of the Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Friday morning. Hope I made the start to your work week just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow. No, I'm not. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm back with you Monday morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices, The Joe Show, on AM 1230 and the brand new 103.9 FM, WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Friday afternoon as Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home. Kentucky Sports Radio. Coming up next, the Cats play tonight, 7 o'clock, 5:30 pregame on Z105.